Well, I got a doctor's appointment this morning at 10:30, so I'm gonna obviously try to catch what I can. Last night we ended up hitting that floor, or yesterday rather, we hit that $600 floor, and last night I talked about probability is, we'd likely hit 604, which was the first green candle to our left and the end of that empty space. And really, what happens beyond that, and more importantly, right, every level that I have marked out here, 606.10, that was a major overhead resistance. I would expect price to pick up over that. Downside, right? You still have the floor underneath you at 695.50. So, we are looking. Oops. Damn. Um, Make sure, Alex, when you're scheduling those streams, some of the ones I think like the Tuesday ones don't have auto start enabled. Um, Bruh, influenza A be crazy right now. Yeah, dude, I'm kind of glad that I caught it early. You can't hear me clearly? Can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah, it's him.
Oh, okay. All right. So, moving on, if you guys are on TikTok, be sure to tap your screen. Um, the tension is high, and of course, you guys were, awaiting whatever catalyst or whatever uh, price action that's going to set us free out of this range. And again, how has price action been in between the levels of 606 and 600? Not fun, right? Not there's been, maybe a couple of day trades here and there, but it's over that 606 that we see price expand. And so we would obviously want to see the same thing if we're looking to the upside. Now that's the green. We have a mass. We're green right now as we speak, so it's easy to say that. But in reality, there's a couple things that have to happen here in order for us to continue moving up. You can see that we're tapping right off that 604.61. And so step one will be getting a hold of that and 605, right? Because you kind of have two floors here. I mean, again, one usually leads to the other, but of course, with the gap up above you here at 608, that would simultaneously be that overhead. And if you're trading this, right, you would have two targets at 611.27. And if price expands hard enough, which I expect it to, when it goes, I expect it to go, which is why holding on to your contracts, I think, might be, whatever runner, excuse me, might be of interest. Um, but that's what I need to see. And if I don't see it here this morning, then I sit on my hands, as unsanitary as that may be. Uh, I'm going to focus on making sure that I capture whatever expansion this has in store. And that means, yeah, potentially to the downside as well. So, did you day a gap up and the best way to continue down? Yes, a gap up is typically the best. Nope. Toothless? We're not doing that. I'm bored with my fucking
Get him, Toothless.
He's I'm about to lose my mind. My cat is losing his mind, so it's interesting. But anyway, I think
So does he not have teeth?
he does have all of his teeth. It was just the movie, um, How to Train
Give
Your
him a
Dragon.
Zen,
I
bro.
assume he's black then.
Yeah, maybe a Zen might help calm his ass down. A little cat Zen. All right, so let's see here. All right, now diving into a lower time frame, and if you're just hopping in here, obviously make sure you go to my YouTube channel. You can watch this all back. I'm going to help you guys set up a trade plan because I might not be here if it's after 10:30 and we get to move it. So this is the important part. All right, so possible little channel here on the 15-minute box underneath you, right? So anything falling underneath there, what's that? And this is where I kind of get rid of that because I want to focus again on this overhead control. Where's price staying away from? 602.50 here this morning. That's where price is staying away from. So if price closes underneath it or closes through 602, we would be subject to a move down into this empty space underneath us, maybe even back down to the floor. And obviously, as you can tell up above you, it's not pretty. right? And so making sure that we have price secured on 605.21. Again, we're here for the bigger move. We're not here for these tiny little shit scalps. But as fun as they might be for some of you guys, I want the bigger move. I want to get up and out of here. There's 2 off the top, multiple off the bottom. And if this fails, obviously we would be looking, and this is an equal opportunity setup. Again, you looked familiar, then you hit me, then it hit me. You are the Roaring Kitty? Nah, nah, that's not me. Similar backstory. I kind of, GameStop, unfortunately, was the first time I had any sort of virality. Luckily, that dropped off pretty quickly, so, because that's not really what I wanted my name to claim to be. I didn't even have the same analysis as him. I just thought that GameStop was going to go to $60 because of the PS5. That's it. But anyway, so again, 605.22, and then the major break is 606.60 here this morning. That we could go and test that 609 and potentially climb up to 611. But I do expect explosive price action when we do leave this area, and especially this 606, which has served as that overhead sell level repetitively. So, Potter used to go by the name Johnny Sins. That's crazy. All right, SPY, same thing. And yes, there is probably, for you day traders and scalpers, there's probably a pretty damn good opportunity to take this one up to that 685.80. Yeah, so over orb or over 684.24, you have empty space. First target 685.22 and 685.75. 15-minute time frame, it looks like we're prepping for, and yes, those are equal wicks, so I'm going to give it the top. So we definitely need to see, and that cost basis is basically the same as that overhead resistance. So we're already in a good position potentially to get there. However, underneath you, right, there is still pretty empty space here. So if we did fail or lose any of the levels that we're set to reclaim, which I don't think we will, this has a pretty decent lower time frame setup. If I'm being honest with you, it really, really does. And then you'll find it interesting here on the 15-minute that same level that you held before is the one that you're bouncing off of now, exercising that volume up and out to potentially go reach that 685.77. So for those of you guys who are on YouTube and TikTok, where I won't be, come the bell. This is a pretty solid setup, 5-minute time frame, same thing. So watch that on SPY. Upside, downside again. If you look at the 24-hour candle, we have not reclaimed anything. So definitely retest first. And again, bullishness lies above 686.85 on the 24-hour, where we're basing most, if not all, of our major decisions here. So there, can you see the price action now? Calls or puts on SPY. Miami trader vibes. Do you really want to base your financial future off of asking somebody puts or calls? You don't want to do that, man. How about let's find you a strategy, right? But that being said, we don't just assume one or the other. We set up triggers to react to, read and react. And so there is a upside potential trade up to that 685.15 and 685.78. Pretty straightforward, but that does have to break over 684.20 to the upside here today. So kind of, but I kind of have a clue. All right. All right. Apple has a 3-day conference next week. Yeah. Although Apple does have empty space here this morning and has escaped the clutches of 267.88, where we've spent many rejections. Same candle control. So 267.50 will be the bodyguard for any sort of downside today. You do have some upside potential, and this wide fluctuation in price I'm already starting to think that there could be a channel here. So leaving is not a option, but there is empty space directly up above you on the 5. So at least 269.35 on that one. So, all right, moving on.
Don't forget IWM.
Yeah, I just was breaking off for that one.
My boy was checking you on that.
IWM has a floor 259.50 directly underneath us. Have we lost anything? Have we gained anything? No, we have not. Not on the 24-hour. On the 4-hour, however, it looks like today we might be attempting a test of that volume at 262 2-hour time frame. Same thing over 261.21, which is also simultaneously this wick above here, hit here. That's 261.91. Now, how do we find out if there's more or we can leave runners? By zooming in, right? So step 1, and if it rips fast, expect a retest. And here on the 30-minute is step 2. There is empty space beyond that price target, right? Squeezing up to 262.50 and even 263.19, obviously, if you're being a greedy little dork. But that being said, yes, there's a gap up there. Yes, the potential on the higher time frame, if, you know, again, this bounce has does anything or accomplishes anything, we would want to push through all of this overhead structure,
I have a
focusing.
question.
Yes.
So yesterday's fat dump down, and would you consider that a start of a mouth in the
On
lower
what?
time frame? That's what I saw on IWM when you get to the 30-minute or something.
I mean, any this bounce back up could potentially be creating a channel, but yeah, me personally, uh, as far as channel work is concerned, I'm only really concerned with the higher time frame channel, which appears like that. So, all right, now,
Thank you.
yeah, no problem. Let's see, that right, that just stopped. Fuck it. All right. So, and again, all what I am describing to you, everybody, is there is a day trading scalping opportunity today, clear on a lower time frame, but making decisions on the higher time frame, right, are going to be based off of some major price action moves, which, yes, with the tension that we have, we are possibly expecting, but I'm not going bullish yet, right? There is obviously an opportunity to hedge if you're short and look up to that 260, 250. If price action reclaims the floor, moves through this box, then perhaps we are looking back up. But I would be expecting at minimum a retest today, especially if price pops really, really quickly. I don't think that's sustainable. But again, we're going to evaluate these things because we are trying to catch the bigger move, which, a lot of people setting up today, they're looking at only day trades. They're not looking at the higher time frame and they're not looking at the potential, right? Whether it be down all the way into the 250s, 254s. So there is a lower time frame opportunity, but it's only a very small piece of the bigger picture. And so we get to see whether or not sellers are going to step back up at that 262 area. All right. If you have anything you would like for me to take a look at, please go ahead and drop your request. KDP, 24-hour time frame. We've touched $30.70. Now, obviously, we'd like to see a little bit more. With this sort of thing, right? And with target still pretty far away, if you have a decent expiration, I would be looking at, depending on what the contracts are looking at 3150, 3172. We also do have to consider the fact that there will be an imbalance, and that is at basically $31, but 30.90. So if you are in KDP, I'd like to see that target hit first before any sort of continuation. There is room definitely for continuation to the upside, without a doubt. Even if you got a little channel play action here, there's a move up into that 32.44. So, yeah, I'll take a look at it just a second. All right, first of all, what's up, Spartan? MP at those levels, amazing opportunity. I see MP going down to 44 in the near term. Okay, I could get behind that theory in some cases, right? Step one, and again, every range, every fucking box. If I was making this shit up, it wouldn't happen. So what is this, folks? Right? And why would I rather slide with my feet over the top of my head down a cheese grater?
Because it's not MP.
We're stuck between two ranges.
Because that's not MP, you're right, but that is stuck in between two ranges. So this is something that has triggers above and below and is creating the tension. So say if anybody is watching Macy's, which is not what he asked for, there's a reactionary setup above and below, and assuming that 24 breaks, I accidentally just found a decent little play. There's nothing but empty space up there. So I'm going to actually set an alert on that mistake. And just like me, who was a mistake, sometimes things turn out okay. All right, anyway, MP, I got a band-aid on my finger. It makes it hard to type. Retail after the holidays? Retail after the holidays? Huh? I'm gonna take it when it triggers. Trauma dump? Yeah. Oh yeah. All right, so 24 hour, and I'm gonna get rid of these, and just we're gonna focus on what is above and what is below, which is a fucking mess. Okay, so 50% refusal, downtrend potential here. I don't really like that, so I'm not gonna put it on there. All right, so first of all, this structure is what you had to break through to get here, and so that is going to be a must. You have to break 53.18. You have a gap down there at 50.30. That's going to be step one in order to make this happen. This sort of price action, and this is where I would dive down into a lower time frame, because if you're looking to take this short, I'll trade retail after the holidays. Absolutely. The chart oftentimes, everything has an expansion in price after a consolidation. So, I mean, I get that maybe fundamentally that's not why you don't, but I, again, am going to take the trade based off my triggers. I could care less about any fundamental stuff at all. Uh, period. So, all right. Now that being said, we do have a box directly up above us on the lower time frame and empty space. So I think that your short might end up coming off of a retest, considering the fact that you are still well entrenched on the floor. So I'd watch over $56 today to potentially go and test up here on that floor and that median. So that's what I see. Mhm. I mean, again, I don't mean any. A lot of people tell me a lot of different things about different fundamental shit, and I just take trades when the triggers fire. I don't, and the less I know, the better. The more variables that I have to overcomplicate something or to make it more confusing for myself, I'm not going to take that opportunity. Institutions are buying it, great. Tension is built up to the max and a candle is closed out of that area of control, or where buying and selling pressure is at its highest. I'm going to take that trade. And I guess I'll find out the hard way. All right. Anyway, AMD to the upside here. Not a bad shot up yesterday, and there is a fuck ton of empty space. So considering, yeah, I mean, does have a price target directly up above you. This is the 2 hour, but it would be 230. However, you're gonna have to do some serious problem solving to be able to accomplish this. Not serious problem solving, but you're gonna have to be basically relaying down that same or reusing that same analysis that you did before. So that's going to start here, right? We're sitting at cost basis. You are looking for another break of 219 and 219.50. Now, this doesn't make any sense on the hourly, right? I mean, I can just say that and it sounds good, and and then if it happens, I get to say it, but that doesn't help anybody. 30-minute time frame, right? Because we need to find out how or where or what. Okay, so now we're not seeing structure, but we are seeing that 219 and where we would need to break 5-minute. So you're going to build something. So that, remember that 219.50, you have a small little sideways area, and I would assume on the 3-minute correctly that that's a box. Now you might be like, well, why the fuck are you showing me the 3-minute, dude? Well, it's the only place that has structure, which means it's the only place that you can react to. And because my strategy is true on the higher and lower time frames, you can utilize that 3-minute range to take it back up into that empty space. Now, wide fluctuations in price typically start small channels. We don't really have enough points of context for that. So here's what I would do. And yes, the 3-minute, unfortunately, is what might be called, in order to nail this entry and to have a great stop loss and something to react to, because the higher time frame lacks structure, I need to be down where I can find it. If the hourly just shows me this, how am I supposed to get into that trade? If it happens now, I can't. So unfortunately, and it's not my favorite typically to have empty space this low, but this is what you're going to need to see, or what you're going to need to react to. In order to get up to even touch that box, you can set up a plan here at 217.40 to take it up to that floor, and obviously try to shoot that box. Down below, right, anything under 215.77, and this cost basis right here, I didn't say stay there. What are you doing, dude? Go back up there. But 215, right, would be that first trigger to potentially go lower. So read and react. What does structure represent? Structure is just an area where consolidation occurred. I mean, everybody has different words for it. Some people like to overcomplicate it and make it sound really fucking smart and say order blocks. Shut the fuck up. You could call it a box, a square. You could, I mean, you call it whatever you want. Actually, literally, there's no rules. All of this is made up anyway. Money, the stock market. Everybody's just making up names for shit. You know what I mean? All right. Oh, dope. Yeah. Reddit probably is stuck between ranges. Reddit, AMD would make a decent short off that pop. Yeah, it could. It could. All right. Reddit stuck between two ranges. Let's see. I would say it's stuck in a range. Perhaps on the lower time frame, you would be correct. Let's look at the hourly. Yeah, I could say that. So this is that range underneath you. You're sitting right on cost basis again, 50%. And I can't say that I mean, there is definitely an overhead here, but it's not structural, as structural as the lower time frame structure, right? So yes, there is volume overhead. I'm trying to spot it right now. There it is. Tap and then tap. So you are basically in between, yes, two triggers for sure. Reddit has, and I said this before, sir, it's an order block. So Reddit has a good setup. Is it firing? No, it is not, but it does have a good setup. The opportunity here would be a trade up to and around basically 160. There's nothing but empty space, and there's a beautiful trigger overhead at 150. It's a fucking $10 move. So how do I prepare for this? Because it's not triggered, I start setting alerts. I start setting alerts before the trade actually needs to take off, right? So floors that need to be reclaimed, or even things like this, so I can know to make sure to keep an eye on it. It does have a good setup if we break that 150. So I did look at SPY already, the colored blue. I'll probably go over it before the bell rings. However, all of this is on YouTube right now, and I will not be with you guys at the bell. So I have a doctor's appointment at 10:30, so I'm going to focus on the Discord. I love you guys. I'm sorry. Trump is claiming he ended global warming in Massachusetts, and I hate him for it. Yep. Yep. We all need some yoga. All right. See snow earnings tonight. Oof. So the fact that it's dumped so hard again kind of reminds me of hymns. However, snow can offer some continued volatility, but as you can tell, yesterday we saw the target down below of 1390 get hit, and why? It's already fucking dumped a lot. So that's one of the things I don't like to take trades typically that have already moved going into earnings. I want mass consolidation. Now, that being said, what else is happening here? And maybe, I don't know what so when I see a setup like this, if I decide to take a position because, yeah, there is empty space, yes, there is a potential to retest 170.90, 100%, right? I mean, you do have a target to the downside, but it's, you know, only 150. So depending on the cost of the contracts, if they were cheap enough, I might throw some change at the 170s. And that's it. Guys, and I'm not, there's no higher cerebral, you know, hyper intelligence that's going into this. So it's literally at the floor, and it literally fell really fast on the 24-hour, on the 4-hour. So assuming that a large amount of volatility is going to come in, I would just look at a retest of 170, which is a pretty big move, right? I mean, decent move, all at once. So uh, that's, I mean, low key, that's not where I'm looking to place my trades. Again, it's not coming out of consolidation, which is typically, so by taking a trade going into earnings that is boxed up or in consolidation, I'm able to accomplish two things. I know that expansion is coming, and a catalyst is going to likely be the thing that does it. And now I know when that's going to happen via earnings. And two, the contracts get cheaper because Max Payne is implemented in areas where price does not move in either direction typically. And so maybe you see a slight increase on IV, but that's why I have a preference. And with, you know, if anything, you know, most people will agree that, you know, taking earnings trades is gambling. And I would say that, yeah, most setups, even maybe Snow, could be considered that. But when I see my setup, when I see consolidation and empty space above or below, those don't feel like gambles because that's just my setup. And now we're just adding volume to it, which I needed in the first place. So, EAC. Yeah, let me know which direction you guys. If I don't try not to take any requests where there's no direction, because if you don't know where you're gonna take it, then how am I supposed to help you? That being said, oof, banks look like they're about to fall off a cliff. So on the weekly, folks, banks are starting to lose their floor. There's a range here. Okay. So 50-50 is going to be the first target directly underneath you on continuation to the downside. However, if that punches down, you might be looking at a bigger move. And that would likely take you to 47.30 and 46.70. So a lot of pressure overhead there. Obviously, with a setup like this, with empty space directly back up above you, again, I'm looking at the higher time frames, and those candles are not closed. So we need to take a look at what's above us because this is where they'll catch your ass. Okay, so real quick, if you're watching Bank of America, watch this small box, and anything back up above 51.50, you're going to retest and possibly even move to 52.62. So before you take that short, keep that in, or if you're already in that short, keep your eyes out. Reddit has potential they won't curb that radical behavior on the site. What radical behavior? How can I get into the March class? Um, my website. If you're going to be there in March, on March 1st for the Potterbox workshop, uh, yeah, my website, potterstockstrading.com. All right. What plan do I need to get to join the Discord? Have you taken the workshop yet, Andrew? Remember, the Discord group is not the most important thing that I offer. It is only the Potterbox workshop. The Discord itself is a tool. Not to call everybody in my Discord tools, but they do good work. Now, I'll say. But no, the working together or everybody all looking for one setup across the entire market, it becomes like we're like a human scanner, a beehive. So I just want to emphasize that before, again, and I don't know how long everybody's been watching me, but I'm not doing signals. I'm not typing out what to buy and sell. We're trading together as a group. So you might already know that, but I just wanted to make sure that everybody else does. QQQ's moving green at open. Whatever happened to Quiznos, man?
We've all assimilated together.
There you go. Listen, I'm not. So I already, and you can go back on YouTube and get more in depth here. There is really one level right here, and that's 60610, 60660. This area has been and is where price has retested, rejected, and been held down. And when price expands beyond it, right, we get a pretty nice move. So yeah, if we come off of this bounce again, off of the 599, and we are able to punch through that, and I know there's a lot of analysis here, but the concept here is relatively simple, right? That overhead right here is where things take off. You have a gap at 608, you have an overhead target of 609, and then you would have a final target, at least in the most recent price action, of 611. Again, ignore the channel. That is not the focus. Speaking of channels, actually, that's the channel that we are traveling in, which does have that 614, which is the end of the empty space, directly up above you. Now, I already have 614 contracts. I got them for the low ski, just in case. A small insurance policy, if I'm correct, on the upside. But we're in the area of deliberation, of decision making, and if this is truly right, the bounce, like a lot of people will assume, like, and it's a lot of the times in a trending market, it's safe to assume that if trend is set to change, this could break, right? Uptrends all year on the lower time frame have broken down. So we need to actually see something formidable be recovered, and that is that 606 area. So anything happening underneath 606 could get chopped to fucking pieces. Just letting you know that price action, if we don't step on the gas, because how do you push pressure? You increase it, right? You increase you put your foot on the fucking gas pedal, and big or wide flat price fluctuations typically will push people out of their position or push volume out of the way. And that's where you want to see, or what you want to see out of this today. So whenever something pops up, we don't want to see that whole candlestick get faded and pulled back down, right? We want to see price move up. We want to see maybe a quick retest down, but otherwise candles closing and holding above us in solid continuation of the upside.
So Potter,
Mm-hmm.
on them 614s, do you have a stop loss on them, or you, because they were cheap, you're letting them ride?
I have no stop loss on those hedges, no. I mean,
Gotcha.
if I have the opportunity to get out of them, if it wicks up and then, dies or something like that, if I have the opportunity, but no, I take those positions as, they're dirt cheap. And, because I'm able to buy a decent lot of them for little to next to nothing, it's well within my risk, and the amount that, I, again, set to garnish to the downside would far supersede any loss that I have to the upside. So, am I using Fidelity? No. Price cut off on the side? What the fuck? What the fuck, man? All right, that should be good. Breaking AMD, bro.
My boy loves his wife. He's not into infidelity.
Yeah, don't do that. Cliff calls. Not bad. Dad is dad. That's his name. Now, Cliff, sometimes it needs a little bit of financial foreplay to get going. As you can tell here, very tight consolidation sideways, basically within a channel before you finally expand. Now, the price is a little bit different here. So let's go ahead and map this sucker out, right? Okay, absolutely. Absolutely. Oof. That changes things. And any wicks coming off the same area? Not really. So starting with the 2 hour time frame, you need a 2 hour candle close outside of that mark. Now I am acknowledging there are a few wicks coming off the same 1092, so that would need to be cleared. Now I will, and I have to make sure that you understand the importance of the $11 wick slash rejection wick here. That is clearance, and that is where you could very much start targeting that box directly up above you. It does also appear that you're traveling inside of a channel, and that does seem to price in about $11.30 to above you. So I would just watch price when it gets there, and that seems to coincide with the open of that candle. So let's investigate further. Oh, it's the first green candle to my left on the hourly. So yeah, I would be looking over 1086 and through the wicks. First target, it's 1127. Is this equatable to gambling? No. Are people who count cards at poker tournaments gambling? No, there's math. I have put effort into creating a strategy, mapping out what I see in front of me. I didn't learn from anybody else. I watched this myself. I went full autistic. All right. I lie. That's probably the number one thing I see on online lately, especially after that Justin Whirlin shit. Amazon to the upside, 24-hour time frame. This is simple, and there's no need to. It is a simple setup. You have to get anybody who tries too much. I think in the inside of this range to try to catch this before it actually triggers, you might get faded. It's a wide range, and it could spend the next month staying within it. Now, that being said, it's not like we can't find where that trigger likely occurs, and that is 210.50. But in order for you to get there, you're going to need to get over 206.42 and reclaim the floor of 208.50. So there's a lot that has to be done. But ultimately, when this does occur, it is a good setup to take it up to first 215 and 217. So I have no problem with that setup. People who count cards still lose. Okay. It's like an analogy, right? Because this has nothing to do with count. It's not poker. But if you watch a little bit, you'll see. I totally get why people think it's gambling because everybody on this fucking app is full of shit. So that makes total sense, but I'm not gambling. I'm also not scalping and day trading, which does increase the probability of you just basically fucking gambling all the time. Because it's just so fast, so much dopamine, so much stress chemicals and hormones going through your goddamn brain that it's hard to even think or rationalize without having a great strategy. Most people go into the market, and if you're fearful of it, that means you don't have a strategy. You're fearful of what you don't know, and that's where usually people equate this to gambling. But are people on fucking Wall Street or institutions or private equity firms or even, some of the top day traders that do exist? There's like a dude I think it's Norway or something like that. He's like a multi-million-dollar trader. His trading doesn't resonate with us because it's so much liquidity that he's able to put it in and out. But no, I like that you don't yell at your monitor like these other streamers. It's pretty easy not to do. Pretty easy not to do. Jay Diamond plays bad music and yells at people and then shine boxes them. Yeah, that's business as usual, my boy. Just a grumpy little man. All right, what do we got here? Big 28s, 2 weeks out. It's 619, everybody. Oh, dude, yeah. I did not yell at you. Thank you, Jacob. I appreciate you. And thank you, Chris. I appreciate you guys. Thank you. I asked my son yesterday because people told me I have a soothing voice, and if I feel like anybody says that I have a soothing voice, like I would be really, I might even like walk away if you said that to me in public. I asked my son yesterday, and he goes, he's like, yeah, he's like, yeah, actually, you do have a soothing voice. He's like, except for when I'm in trouble. He's like, you use the I'm in trouble voice. And I'm like, what's that voice? He was obviously fucking with me. KDP, yeah. It's on its way, but it needs that earnings explosiveness. Period. End of story. So
You call him by his full name when he's in trouble.
no, my tone probably. I usually like if
Or
Ellie
you'd be
is
like,
doing.
"Hey yo."
Yes, I do that. I'd be like, hey yo, calling. Yeah, of course. I named him Ao. So, um, his name is Aeo. We named him after the Greek god of the wind. But yeah, changed it a little bit. The Greek god of the wind is Aeolus, and I thought that was too close to Areola, and I didn't want him to be made fun of for like nipple boy or something like that for the rest of his life. See, that was me getting bullied, and I was able to kind of help a little bit, but
Uh, Potter.
yeah, what's up, man?
Nipple Boy is crazy. Hey, they
I was just
Two
about to
Chains
say
was
that
first
nigga.
name was Titty Boy.
That's crazy. What was that, man?
PayPal.
Yeah, what's up,
Any
bro?
more up to the upside on that?
Let me take a look at that after Fig real quick. So I'm real quick on Fibonacci, Figma. Um, it's in between two ranges. Okay, so to make your mission clear, you need a candle close, right? Basically underneath where you've opened. You also need a price to move underneath 23, and the same thing to the upside through 28, 26. So everything that happens in here is probably meant to displace you. If you want any of the ETFs, you have plenty of time to go onto my YouTube channel real quick, rewind to the start, and go watch that back. You can go zip through and find what you need. All right, PayPal with a big old pepperoni and cheese yesterday and held its ground, which is typically not a bad sign, right? So let's go ahead and that, like I said yesterday, actually. So candle closes, right? That's where control is, but the volume sits on the 4320 shelf. So looking at this honestly, I would suspect that if you do fall below 43.75, I would look at the 50% mark of the wick at 43.50. If you're going to continue an uptrend, oftentimes you'll bounce there. If not, watch that 43.18. If a candle closes inside of it, candle close inside of the wicks, I would be leaning for continuation to the downside. However, if it happens fast, like the previous ones, and bounces quickly within that before that candle can close, that's where you could be looking right back up to the upside. Now, on the 15-minute, you have a pretty good plan here set up for you. Over 44.70 or 44.45, you only have the high of 45, right? And at that point, it's going to be right here. You need a candle close. And again, do you see me moving through different time frames in order to spot clarity? You should be doing this too, because it's all connected. And when I look at the 24-hour and the 5 side by side, it's the same chart, more detail. All right. Yo, Alex, is your homie asking me to do a physique check? It's in Filipino, so I can't. Coach Pawid Polpa physique check. Let me translate that. Can you still physique check? I let my bodybuilding days behind me, man. You know, I put those days behind me. All that heavy lifting, Binge watched your YouTube last night. Hubby's like, "Who's this Potter guy?" Oh no. He probably means a fit check. I'm wearing all black today. There you go. There you go. All right, let's see here. All right, we got 5 minutes. 5 minutes. They said you were LARPing about Rusty Rod. Hold on. You got to give me. I'm an old person. No, I wasn't LARPing. Nah. Sorry, I'm 33, dude. I don't know what all these words mean. I mean, you're just looking for the wick to clear here. That's it. You're looking for the wick to clear. KDP does look good, yeah. Someone said he was trying to sue you. They all say that, but then that means that they would have to expose everything that they're putting out there on the table. It's going to cost them a butt-fuck ton of money. I have nothing but money and time. So please, let's go. Send that message to fucking Rusty. I would love to expose you more in depth. So, but also, you probably should have thought about this before you did what you did. All right. What else do we? I think we're good in the Discord. Obviously, everybody is yeah, the parent tone. There you go. So already this morning, I mean, this does have that retest. You know, it's getting drawn down here, but we haven't lost anything yet. Yeah, KDP is moving. Yes, ELF is moving too as well. On the 24-hour time frame, it's been holding this high here. We're looking to make sure that we maintain price above 90, 50, and 89, 82. So, opinion on gurus who make content shirtless? They're probably young men. I mean, I posted shirtless pics when I was, a young dude. Thought I look hella cool. You know what I mean? You gotta that's the least of my concerns. It's probably not. It's not what I want to look at when I'm listening to somebody talk. But where else are they gonna get the attention? If you are in KDP, we're heading the right way, my friends. We're heading the right way. Yeah.
See, Apple keeps messing around.
Yeah, it is. But it's got a good setup. It's got a good setup. Just needs to clear the wick. But the wick, dude, if you look at where that wick wicked off of, I mean, that's a beast of a level, bro. So it was no surprise that it did that. So. $9.27. Super tap your screens, and maybe we'll stay. I have to leave. I have a doctor's appointment at 10:30, so I'm gonna have to skedaddle out of here. I really hope the market
Did
makes
you make some money off those Apple calls yesterday?
I did, yeah. I trimmed a few of them off, but I actually still have them. So
Yeah, I actually have some too. I got a nice little 100%, and they're down now, but you know how it is.
at what point do you
It's a
stop
good-
looking through prior price action? When it's been moved and utilized. So like just to give you an example really quickly, let's say, right, that price explodes, right? And it punches through this box. And I'll label it that way, right? So it punches through this box. At that point, the top, right, median, and bottom will still be relevant on a retest. So if we were to break down, right? But when price moves through something twice, all of that volume has been distributed elsewhere. So typically after price has already broken through, now once it's broken through the box, that box doesn't fire the same way anymore, right? The floor still means if you lose it, you go short. So 607.55. But the reality is that once price has moved through a area of consolidation basically 2 times, it's done, and you're moving on and you're looking for something else. Now, if price was to, in one big ass candle, rip up and then one big ass candle rip down, you would still have to use the skeleton of that. But typically price action, right, and this is what I'm speaking to, will take that volume and place it elsewhere. So you'll build new boxes that you would want to respond to, not the old one. Can we make money if the stock is going down? Hell yes, brother. 30 seconds. Prepare thy booties for a nice crisp can of Dr. Pepper. Also, I'm keeping my eyes on Tesla here today. I'm watching this one over its pre-market highs at $400, which is the wick over here to your left. If you reject that and lose anything underneath 399, or excuse me, 399, yeah, 399, you're cooked. So, yeah, Tony, you can check out my YouTube channel. So, cost basis, empty space directly up ahead, box, cost basis 603. You do not have empty space directly up above you. So just know, okay? That's box cost basis underneath you. Anything under 601.75 and you would be moving down.
Yo, Apple's moving
Uh-huh.
big time.
I got my screens
Yeah.
up top.
I'm like, that's right. You got a lot more screens than just the one that you share.
Not as many as Rusty Rod, but yeah, that's
Hey,
100.
I was in his
ahead.
live.
Uh-huh.
I was in his live, and he actually pulled up his camera, all of his monitors. He literally showed it to the chat. It was so like weird. I was just scrolling through, and he's like, "All my monitors are Samsung," and he went up with his camera, and he literally showed every monitor. I thought it was hilarious that I got to him that much.
There's still all different models of monitors. There's a curved monitor, dude. I don't know what he's they're still all hot, mosh posh together, dude. Apple target has been hit. Sorry, real quick. Apple 270.30 on the fucking dot, dude. You should, if you still have those, you should be up about 160% right now. I don't know what contract you have at the moment. All right, failure on that
Yep.
QQQ.
Insane, Potter, dude. You're just crazy.
Thank you. Thank you. My therapist told me the same thing. All right. All right, just took some fucking bags, not bag, off of Apple here. There is a potential for continuation up to 271, but I am happy with that 270 there. Key, you took Apple. Good job, brother. All right, Q's in balance. I'm right here. That was a punch down through the box. Where did you touch? Where are you going to touch? Right here. Well, you are touching, but so this is where we would want to see price respond. And if you are looking back up to the upside, which I'm again not trading this, I'm just narrating it for you right now, you would need to reclaim that floor over there to your left. So if you are trading it and you want to talk about it, let me know. But I am just narrating for myself as well because I am in a much larger downside position. Or longer expiration downside position. KDP
Apple
is,
baby.
yeah, Apple baby. 200% on the Apple on these runners here. Yeah, you got a really fast fall down to the floor on the Qs, so this can set up a reversal for sure. Yes, that's what you need to keep your eyes peeled for. We need 602.66. KDP is sitting up against that 50% mark. Contracts are ass, I'm not going to lie to you. But if we can get an expansion candle here, I'm going to hold these. 31.68 is still on that. Right, there's the top of that box. Just got touched right here. You have the 50% at 662. I'm going to zoom down to the 3-minute. I want to see how this responds. Okay, so my got a little bit more candle close here. Nope, pressure's higher. All right, $600.50. We're buttering through right now, guys. I'm not chasing anything shorter expiration contract down. I already have a short position. So just FYI, I'm looking to keep this position safe, as I've stated before. And so right now, I'll probably take a call over $600.78 for a retest of that 601. KDP is keeping the gas up. Nothing to say. Oh, perfect bounce right there off of that lower box at $600. But again, when you bounce, if you want to catch a reversal, or if you're trying to make sure that price is going to continue moving higher, you have to see price bounce and re-escape the same resistance it fell under. So that's a great bounce to get this reversal going. what do I call what I'm doing right now? Narrating. And I'm narrating from not only myself, but obviously for those who are listening to me, because I am trying to, there you go, keep my position safe. Apple's, yeah, that was 200 plus for 250% on Apple. On screen, man? What? I don't know what that. Like what? Oh, what kind of trading? Oh, I'm a swing trader primarily, but I oftentimes will day trade to sweeten or protect positions if the opportunity is clear, which this is. I just got an alert on Reddit, which we had just mapped out earlier. Okay, that's not even worth paying attention to. I'll just set an alert. $314% on Ford? How the fuck do you do that? Oh, well, that makes sense. Every once in a while, this thing will give a massive move to the upside. You might get some continuation candles tomorrow off of that. All right, so that's 600. That level that I talked about at $600.80 was not broken. So, oh my god, if you do that ever, oh my god, no. Can I explain why KDP $34 for my? Yeah, they're because it's still far away. Wait, you got $35 calls? $34 calls. Why so far? Oh, okay. Because of all the empty space. Because you're not even close, right? Those contracts will light up when you reclaim 3172. Yes, I'm still in shorts on the Qs. Hell, I still have shorts on IWM.
Man, these monthlies, I've never had luck with them. The monthly contracts, I feel like they just move like garbage.
They do move like garbage, yeah. There's not a lot of volume going
Hey,
in and out of
Potter.
them. Yeah, what's going on?
I just wanted to ask, can you explain why IWM is acting different than QQ Sense 5?
They diverge. It's two different sectors. So you got small caps and you got tech, which is obviously, I mean, that's going to, yeah. Fuck. Give me a second, guys.
Yeah, this thing could pop right here, Potter.
You said it could die?
No, pop. Fucking
Yes.
cues.
Yeah. This is what, yeah, that's that. Yeah, this is exactly what we were just talking about. And what did it bounce off of, guys? My made up cost basis. Look at that shit. Right off of 599.75. Box right there. Empty space
Yeah, I
filled.
see how you stand.
Right here. And then you'll be right back up to this floor. Easy. Yeah, Tesla moving. I have Tesla, yeah. Fuck yeah. John, you're in this one with me, right? I'm not up very big,
Yo,
though, I'm gonna lie.
58%, bitches.
I am so lost, but I want to get to this point. What's the best starting point? How many of you guys in here listening to me on Discord were completely lost when you started listening to me? I would assume probably everybody. You're in a great place, brother. It's going to be confusing at first, like anything, but don't let that deter you. All right. Watch this next target of 603. Now that we have, or if we can, solidly candle close on the floor of 602, you should be moving right up into that median price up there. Yeah, but if you guys are lost, right? Like in those moments, like right now, and I know it sounds like it sounds cool to say, but like I'm serious. Write down what questions come up in your mind, and I will answer them. You know, obviously maybe not right now, but I will answer them and I will break it down for you. And it's in the moment, right? Because humans have we really do got short-term memory loss. And oftentimes we'll, you know, in the moment when we need it, we're talking about it. But as soon as that moment is over, that information is not important at the moment. So not everybody's paying attention to it. I expect for price to expand to 603.13 through this 604.72, which we are not close to. How do I get started? I'm about to buy a funded account. You're starting. Would you allow somebody to stop you? Because I would say don't buy that funded account, dude. You don't have a strategy. You're about to just make somebody some money. You are liquidity. If you don't have a strategy, you don't have an edge. Look at how fast. That's exactly what we were talking about here this morning. If anybody is catching this fucking reversal or any of the reversals right now, IWM is also set up or moving into that pocket of empty space that we discussed earlier. If anybody is, I'm
Killing it.
sweating, dude. I'm sweating bullets right now because I'm actually having to manage a bunch of different positions right now, and I'm yapping. Actually, yeah, I'm not complaining about yapping. Yapping somehow helps me get my thoughts out.
I'm actually trading 2 ETFs today, boy. Leveling up.
400% on Apple right now.
Dude, nuts, bro. Nuts. I'm trying to pay attention to everything right now. All right, Apple target 273. If you have Apple, ridiculous right there, but that's I got to go ahead and trim off more risk right now. 360%. You get 3 more contracts to the dorks. There you go. Have one. I bought those for $56. Or excuse me, $52, and they're at 237. I do have a few more I'm leaving on there, but we have 273.50 next directly up above us. Remember, if you're looking at the 5-minute, this price isn't completely empty, but it should be relatively easy to move through if we can punch through the structure. So you can keep your shares. Wait, what? We can't see. I do not understand how y'all do covered calls yet keep buying options. No, we do not do covered calls. You'll never hear me talking about covered calls. That's not my thing.
Man, the Potter box got my toes gripping this morning. This is awesome.
Damn. Dude, we're gonna be rock climbers with our feet by the end of this shit.
Seriously. The Apple punchback, man. It's just
I thought it was golf, man.
How much of a bankroll should I make? Should I make a goal of saving for starting with? Dude, you don't need a bankroll. I do treat strategy and edge, yes. But dude, this is what I'm trying to tell people. What I'm trying to show people is that you need to trust your strategy, but you also need to be putting real money into it. And if you don't do that, right, you're not. It's all going to be fake. It's going to be a fucking game. Sorry, I'm managing trades and teaching now. Come on, you little shit. Fuck, dude, Apple. Oh my God, Apple, dude. And I'm assuming that AMD is probably ripping. No, it's dying. Okay, I was totally wrong. That is death. Wow. Okay. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and call Apple at 400% here. I'm selling all of it. I'm out.
You make
Okay.
me feel good about this because I did the same thing. I was like, I'm
I
out.
literally went to go sell it and the price went higher. All right, fine. I'll sell it higher. All right, $295 per contract. Take that, motherfucker. All right, Q sitting right at
The
that
door?
604.27, exactly 604.72. And again, if that trigger is broken, I expect price to expand. And obviously, there's a gap up there to the upside at 608.84. So it could be a day to potentially, if we do break this tension, we're expecting pretty fire consolidation to the upside. And I'm supposed to go to the fucking dentist here in a sec. God damn it. Oh my god, if anybody grabbed these Q calls. Ugh.
Yeah, I just
Yeah,
so
that's
glad
crazy.
these 608s I had, bro. Nuts. Oh my god.
All right, listen, from here, the strongest, right? This is the level. We got to watch it. And I'm gonna basically redo. I'm gonna get rid of everything because I need to make sure I need to lock in, as the kids say, right? I have learned a lot watching your stream and past couple days. Thanks for being live and trading. This is how you do it. Immerse yourselves. Immerse yourselves. Also, man, dude, it is a wonderful fucking thing to be patient. If you chase that downside, that's not what I wanted, right? I don't want to, and I'm obviously longer expiration short, but that's that sort of whip down, right? The first impulse move of the day, we just flush. And it creates all of that empty space, goes straight to a floor, and bounces and starts reclaiming its structure. And you had multiple entries. Oh my God, Zebo, beautiful. You're up a dollar and
Hey
18 cents.
Potter.
I'm just kidding. What's up, boss?
$1.18. Yeah, I'm going to get a McChicken.
Hey Potter, can you tell me what's the target on Q? Because my internet is dying and I'm at my doctor's right now.
Oh, dude, damn. So the target on the Qs first is going to be 606. 606.50 is a incredibly important level right now. If you are watching and you're trying to maintain a stop loss, price needs to maintain obviously 604. And if we run up into too much resistance, which we're at right now at 605.50, we will retest this. So I'm looking for price to pop, expand, and move up into that 606.20. Come here. But yes, 606.50 is going to be that. And I say that as a target, but I also say that as a level where price could expand rapidly. So that's an area to maybe reduce your risk and look from there. IWM, if you are in IWM, if you have anything to the upside, that 262.55. Damn, if you watched the live this morning or watched back to you on YouTube, fire. Congrats, Zebo. That's good shit, brother. I'm not taking any requests right now, guys. Normally I would, but I am absolutely I'm like sweating right now. I can feel it. I'm exerting my brain. God damn, Q's. Oh my god. Sheesh. Ugh. Your percentages get smaller because my account keeps getting bigger. Love that. Love that. Damn. That was fucking fire. Punch back. Punch back. 6-0. All right. Hey, what happens when you get close to a bunch of turbulence? You start feeling it. Shit starts to shake. We're getting close to that turbulent area. Shit's starting to shake a little bit. So obviously reduce risk, or hopefully you probably already have. Let's go ahead and move down to the 1 here. See if we can't find. Oof, boy, we are moving so fast that I can't even see structure on the 1. So like we did yesterday, right? I'm going to show you guys that sometimes I need to go even lower. And even though this is not necessarily structure, it is exactly the same thing. So this, in between those two areas, oh, nope, wrong. So I would be looking at that as basically what needs to hold us up here on the 32nd. So IWM has gone and it has hit its first target successfully. Again, I'm normally never on this 30-second time frame. I'm only doing it to look here. It does look like, again, usually if I see a rejection like that, I'll go and look across. That same wick, that same floor, that same bounce level. So we might be in for a retest here. Hopefully everybody's taking their risk off. Yeah, critical metals exploded off of a cost basis. Those of you who asked me about CRWV, keep an eye on this higher time frame setup. It's got a lot of pull, or it's pulled itself up through this box. Keep your eyes peeled over 97.85. I believe I had a target of 104 directly up above you. Apple seems to have tapered off at 274.95. This is cost
Would you
basis
consider that reject like the bottom of like a channel, like an upward channel?
on Apple.
No, the Qs.
Would I consider that to be a rejection of a channel? I'm just asking.
Yeah. Let me see the time frame.
No, probably not. Maybe, let's see. Hold on, let's see. No. No, let's do a regular.
On the 1 hour. Look at the 1 hour.
Oh, the upwards channel? I mean, I have a channel like this, which says that QQQs could over that target that I gave you here,
Okay. I need to put
right?
my pipe down. I see your channel now.
There you
Mine's
go.
all fucked up.
That's, yeah, slow down on that thing, man. Is now the time to start looking at reversals? No, now's the time that we're building. I mean, you could look at the empty space underneath you for sure, yeah. But as far as full reversals are concerned, you're gonna have to lose 604. The next target on the Qs, again, is over 606, which, guys, this is about good enough, right? That is 606.50 cents, but that if we do see continuation, it'll be right there, and that's 606.85, which mirrors that higher time frame level. We should always expect on lower time frames, this is shit that day traders miss, for levels like this to respond. So while I still think that we can go up and hit that or tap that, fully, we should expect price to do this shit. And this is why before you get to major 24-hour floors, you need to be looking to taking. This is why trading in range can be so difficult, right? And why I like so much to be trading off of the break of tension or the break of that area of consolidation, because then there is a higher probability of continuation. We call that a joint. Oh, short-term bounce. You've got the wick right here, which you've already bounced off of. So then it's the bodies here at 604.37. As far as a retest, again, marking out where you could possibly sink into, I would say here, right? So if you did lose anything more, 603 would be the last straw. This is where traders get trapped. Oh yeah, if you guys haven't removed your risk and taken profit with this massive pipe, like again, everybody, if you're holding something, fine. But risk should have been or should be being reduced. There's that tap first. So let's zoom down, go to the 1 minute. We don't have to do this. I'm just doing this to teach you, show you. And let's mark out and see how it responds to that top structure. So it is moving fast, right? So you have the floor, you have 603.99. And if that's lost, then that cost basis retest is. You got inputs at the top? Nice. You must be scalping. A little scalpy. If brother, if you can catch this thing, and I think on the 30-second, yeah, right here, brother. If this breaks, obviously there's a lot more. 602. Nice. That's where you go back up at 604.40. Yeah, I do have an appointment. Lemonberry Kush followed the creator. Thanks. I've been following you. Not kidding. Did I see your gains? I have not, man. Let's see it. 3 days, 100% gains, bro. Nice job. And that is a absolute bag. Good God. Nice job, bro. Nice fucking job. Seriously. That's good shit, dude. Also, that cost basis, god damn, bro. Even if you don't like me and you never watch me again, you gotta, I mean, that's a W right there. Every time. Oh, dude, you clearly have a great attitude with this. Seems like you don't carry much fear with you, so gotta thank yourself too, man. I'm just giving you the skeleton. You're putting in the meat. Wait, I'm gonna go ahead and head out.
That was crazy.
I'm gonna go ahead and head out.
Yeah.
You want some
Pause.
good meat? Ah, no, not that clip.
Remember, we're not pausing, we're fast forwarding.
Yeah, fast forward, clip that out, please.
So,
Wrap it up, man. Shake that. You want some good meat? Oh, stop. Ah, that's crazy. Also, look, that previous resistance, right? That same thing that we had to break out of is the same thing that sellers step back up to try to push your ass down. Is SPY going to keep going down? I mean, is today not the, it very much could. Today could, yeah, oof, man. So today can be and might be, oh my God, yeah. Yeah, start looking at the cues to potentially continue reversal. But let's break this down. If you, fuck. Hold on 1 second. I'm trying to manage something really quickly. So if you look at the empty space on SPY on the 30-minute, and I got to bring over the cues here to, so if you're on TikTok, you got to go to YouTube to see the other screen. I love how intense this shit is sometimes, man. So first of all, right, a retest typically you pop up, you fill empty space, and then you'll see sellers step back up to take advantage of their rapid price acceleration and lack of structure. That is clearly what happened here this morning. Price is now driving down, and this is where we're going to go here. So how'd you get here? You built a box. Funny enough. Hold on. Interesting. So because of how you moved through this box, down, up, and you did whip through it every single time, that is the only sense of structure that we have to go off of. So underneath 680, 280, I would look at a 680. Yeah, look at the cues. Be careful though. Watch. Oof, they gapped it. They gapped it. 10 a.m. Yep. Right there. Sorry, I was off.
Damn, that was a nasty sell-off right there.
That was a nasty sell-off, and the Qs are doing the same exact thing. All that empty space. So this could, again, also bring in range, but this could be that retest to drive price lower, which is what I'm looking for. Good consumer confidence through the roof at 91.2. Interesting. Thank you, man.
Could be a shakeout too, right?
It could, again, on a higher time frame, because I am still short overall. I was able to play this
No,
shit
let's look at
up to
that
the
time frame.
upside. Yeah, dude, I cannot tell you how sweet that was. This morning with Apple and the Qs and IWM, everything was moving really, really quickly, but that gave me the ability, because you could see this yesterday. We talked about what is happening today. If you go watch the YouTube video back, we talked about that 685.70. We talked about it on the Qs. That's what I'm trying. That's the problem that I'm trying to solve right now. And the only way that I'm solving this problem is if my floor gets lost, right? And are we there yet? No, we're not. We are getting close. And on the lower time frame, we have a couple ticks left to go before that can be called. Yep. What are we listening to? Power to that. Okay. He said, nice succulent meat. Get this guy out of here. So now would be a good time to chill the fuck out if you haven't taken a position and reset your feet. Okay? A lot of people here get wrapped up in the fact that they didn't catch this, didn't catch that. Shh. Stop that. Yeah, we might need somebody to restream inside of the Discord. I'm sorry. But this is where we reset our feet and you mark out, right? Highs, lows, because that's where the real juice is going to happen. Same thing on the Qs. IWM has picked itself back up. The Qs are threatening to potentially punch back through this box. So reset yourself. We got more opportunity here. And I am looking again to solve the problem for the swing tonight. So that little IWM play was nice. Yeah, not bad. Do I think it will drop at the State of the Union tonight? Oh shit, dentist appointment. Fuck. What if I just call my dentist office and tell them just tell them I got hit by a deer. I mean, I hit a deer. No, actually, I'll tell them I got hit by a deer. A deer jumped through my window.
How about
Tell
a
'em-
bazooka?
A deer with a RPG got me.
Chef got hit with a bazooka. Kaboom.
Kablow. How many men in here think they could fist fight a deer? I'm just kidding. Don't answer that. This isn't a box. It is a small range underneath 603. You do have more empty space directly underneath you. So I'm going to zoom out. Not really doing any good here. Yeah, we still have a whole lot to lose. He said fist a deer. Whoa, I didn't say that. I said fight a deer. All right, Chris and Gary, let's get you guys out of here. I was kidding. I actually have a picture of me with a baby deer, and the deer is licking my face. Which deers have like human tongues. It's kind of gross. Don't tell Jose that.
Can anybody open another stream? The
Yeah,
two of them are full.
I can.
someone
Let's
has
see
to
if I can
drop
do it.
out of my stream.
I'm
Okay.
I'm already in your stream. Let
I
me
got in.
just.
Heading to the Philippines tomorrow. Any request? Yeah. I don't know. Go steal whatever cure for Ivy is there and give it to her. Isaac Rivers, yes. The Potter Box Workshop is on March 1st at 5:30 p.m. Eastern Time. It will be recorded. The first class will be chill. We're going to be talking about psychology. We're going to talk about why you came here. If anybody in here in the main Discord is successful, if you're doing well and you would like to share anything with the chat, I'd be happy to let you guys speak, or again, just maybe let me know in advance. There's the cues.
If I change my monitor, if for any reason you guys can't see the live stream no more, just let me know. I'm not used to like actively sharing one of my monitors, so
Okay. Make sure you
yeah.
don't switch tabs or open your history or anything, okay? I'm just joking.
Hey,
I'm just joking. But seriously, I'm
you
just
caught me, boss.
This thing, Gas Man, what are you doing over there in England, dude? Good education on YouTube, bro. Thanks. Hell yeah, brother. Get you some bread. Get you some money. I'm chilling right now. We're chilling right now. We're gonna wait because again, we know where we're at. Look at the hourly. I was trying to get a really good trade in here. Okay, Dork. What are we fighting with? We got to get 606, right? Pretty clear. Once we get above that, you can start targeting the highs. You can start targeting the gap. You can start targeting, if you got giant ones, 614. We're about to see his desktop background as Potter's feet. I hope not. It's not, right? Thing.
No, dude, I don't have a background right now. It just alternates between different scenic places in the world.
Oh, beautiful. My screensaver on my phone is yo. Don't post that picture of me, Neil. Either way
Truly,
it
the
goes.
only thing they would see is my Weeble account, which I'm not like scared to show. So
Yo, who's that playing? What you got playing there, Potter?
You don't know what this song is? This is J. Cole's Firing Squad, baby. I
Oh,
am the
okay.
greatest. It's a hard
Yeah,
song
he
for
was
me
in
to sing.
Richmond not too long ago. He was riding around like Richmond and shit.
Mm-hmm.
His car
I
broke down in yesterday.
I
Dude was riding around the 2000 Honda Civic.
my sister
Yeah,
and
it
him.
broke down.
Yeah, my sister and him went to the same school for a year. I lived on Fort Bragg, uh, right outside of Fayetteville, and my grandparents lived in Fayetteville. Me and J. Cole used to, you know, ride around, steal people's watches. No, I'm just joking.
Potter and Jake were tight back in the
We're
day.
so tight, dude. I was like 6 years old. He was like, almost a full-grown man. No, my sister. I think the school was All Britain, if I remember correctly. And my sister's older than me, so she was in the same grade or same school as he was. So
Yeah, that was definitely a fake out, Potter.
downside, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not sure when something shoots up like that. I need to see a floor loss before I go short. I met J.
Yeah,
Cole
for sure. I
yesterday. He
wasn't
came to
fucking
my
with it.
school. Did you really? Hey, I know this is kind of random, but I'm from Puerto Rico. I've never traded before, and I really wanna. Well, you're in a good place to do that.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah, go to my YouTube channel. Yeah. No, I mean I did. I mean I I've only ever lived near, like, my uncle was played football with Afro Man at Palmdale High, and my uncle actually showed me he had tickets from the Afro Man had sent him, but like Afro Man's song about him getting high is really really true. My uncle said that he was like a star football player, like scholarships and all, and then like he dead ass started smoking and disappeared, which I thought was kind of funny. But yeah, I was born in Palmdale, so same city. That's about it. I saw Will Smith in an airport when I was younger, but that's about it.
Colin Kaepernick. I know he's not like he's all right, dude. I guess Colin Kaepernick. He was raised, or his high school was literally 15 minutes away from where I went to high school. And my dad played with his dad. My dad and his dad knew each other. It's kind of wild.
Funny how he took Rod's system. Rusty Survivor? That doesn't make sense. You mean Rusty took my shit? My cousin is Dua Lipa's agent. Thoughts on C Miami? I mean, he's not like he's trying to scam people or anything like that. I think he just seems like a chipper Miami guy, just trading the market. So I don't know. He claimed it as his, and there was beef between. I mean, yeah, you know, I'm not putting any more effort towards Rusty Rod. His name's Rusty Rod. I don't really have anything to worry about. You know what I mean? So, all right, I gotta go, motherfucking. I gotta go to my dentist appointment. So, um, real quick, I'm gonna go ahead and give you guys a
What that
blueprint.
means.
Yeah, probably we're gonna crash. Where every time I fucking leave, the market dumps. So keep your eyes peeled for that.
Son of a bitch, I'm in.
Yeah, that's not what I was trying to say. So real quick, and this is the 30-second. So just looking, and unfortunately, we really don't have much else to offer because there's not a bunch of structure here. If we see a punch through 603, there is, yes, very much more empty space and a target down below at 600. However, that's probably going to start with retesting those highs. So to the upside, I've made it very, very, very clear, I hope, that we need this 606.50, right? And obviously the candle closes that come alongside of it to clear. And when that does happen, when you are over that green line, you have a very wide price expansion ahead of you. But it's going to have to build into it, correct? Probably. So,
Yeah, look at Apple in the 5 minute.
mhm.
Sorry.
You're fine. Yeah, Apple's pulling back. Ooh, nice empty space. You need to be looking to your left here and look at so right here. Look at watch. That's 273. I might need to bring that up just a little bit. You should bounce at least temporarily right off of that. Just please be careful, guys. There's no right now. If I just give it to you straight, right there, you're stuck. So everything else, right? You're literally, I mean, we're in that area of deliberation. It's all in front of you. So I'll leave this stream up. Leave IWM up here. I can't type.
Yeah, we've seen this big move up or big move down, big move up, just chop.
Yeah, it
Kills
does.
people.
Yep. I'll be live again at 2:30. Yahir, please go to my YouTube channel. Anybody in here, go to my YouTube channel. Go to the educational playlist. That's where you'll find my education. Again, March 1st is at 5:30 p.m. Eastern Time is the Potterbox workshop. That's going to last for about a week. And I'm going to be teaching you from point A to point B. So, all right, I'm going to go let this guy drill. Wait, hold on. We got to think about things before we say them. Never mind. I'm going to go do dentist stuff. All right, guys. Peace out. IWM is not loading. There we go. IWM have a little bit more strength than the Qs do, but root cause knew what I was gonna say. Yeah. Don't bite the dentist. That's frowned upon. Yeah, so I'm not gonna talk about it actually. You guys, I'll see you in a little bit. Peace. Crazy. This recap video, Alex, I'm gonna need you to cut the I think it says I've been streaming for 6 hours. I didn't have my stream on, but God damn, I wish I would have answered that. All right. What's up, y'all? I had to go to the courthouse. Nothing bad. Do you think we hit 611? Getting pretty close. We filled the gap, stopped at the gap. We haven't lost anything. But I would literally be. I haven't made a decision on that yet because we haven't recovered anything and we haven't lost anything. So you went with the hat, yeah. Yeah, I went
Question:
with
How
the
do you
hat.
how do you share the stream? I can do it.
You gotta actually. I've never done it before, so I have no idea. But I think you have to get into my or Alex stream and restream it. So.
Unless somebody else beats me to it, I don't know how to do it yet.
Yeah, if anybody wants to share their screen or guide him, yeah, little blazer today, little blazer, nothing to worry about.
It's like it's about to blaze again, bro.
No blazer, like I'm wearing one.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yes.
My bad.
No big deal.
I'm somewhere else right now.
He's somewhere else. I don't know what that mean. All right, guys. Kind of waiting here. Make sure everybody's happening. Want to do the ETFs. Yo, typing with this band-aid on my finger has been tough. The city is about 8 years, Desto. All right, we got a restream. Perfect. Damn, we got 4 stream. That's called quad stream where I'm from. Similar to Megadesk. All right, damn it, Alex.
The Office.
Yeah, you like that? Yeah, I can do more of
Oh,
those.
hell yeah.
I can do more of those. Lots more. Peyton has been watching The Office for 5 years straight now. Just up and down the episodes. Now they've released all the behind the scenes or extended cuts on Peacock, and it's amazing.
Brother, I have watched that show 9 times in entirety. Like, it got me through college, through papers, through bad times, breakups. I would just throw on The Office and just laugh.
Yeah, it's one of the best shows, man. I watch it a lot. A lot. Your QQQ calls earlier paid money. What's up?
I brought some on the pullback there, somewhere around 607. I bought some more calls on Qs.
Yeah.
For 609. Is that appropriate, or I was trying to get a good price?
Yeah,
pricing.
that's a great bounce. Yeah, that's a great bounce. Obviously, you still need a few more things to happen. I feel like when I listen to you talk, though, I feel like you're about to, any moment you're gonna draw your revolver really fast. Bam! Kind of have that tang to her. But yeah, no, that's a great bounce, dude. You crushed it. As far as off of 607, that's cost basis. That's if you lose your low, you're gonna need to pull that revolver out. Yo, what?
I ain't gonna go around shooting nobody, okay?
All right, yeah. You got a gunslinger voice. Jeffrey Epstein just joined my chat. I'm gonna go ahead and get you out of here, dude. I hit 100% off of IWM. Awesome. I've been on TJR's boot camp. You're way more hands-on. You damn right I am. No, I'm just kidding. Can I join phone calls and channels? You could join the live in the Discord, but more importantly, you need the workshop is #1 priority if you're gonna try to learn my strategy. So, all right, let's got 1,000% on PayPal yesterday. Yeah, I bet you did. That was killer. Today wasn't a bad day. Q calls paid out pretty well. Apple, bro, and you know what, guys? Going back, you said who? What'd you say?
Hughes.
Yeah, what about him?
They gotta get a little pop off of that floor. I got 611s for a couple of days up.
Yeah. Oh shit. Yeah, it is. Oh, beautiful, dude. Look at it. Look, this is why I just said he had a perfect average. I mean, honestly, yeah. If you jumped in at that same spot, it just gives you the ability right now, right? Pot and look at that line I have sitting right there. So pot right over the top, and then you can see right here. That's where you're gonna have to really pop over and push over that previous resistance. But yeah, it's really that right there that you're probably most concerned about. How do I know what stocks to look at? Do I have a big watch list? I don't have a big I mean, it can build up. Yeah, I mean, it can get pretty big. But as far as what I take, no. And then as far as how we find these setups, that's what my Discord group is for. Or not necessarily for, but it's a byproduct of having everybody scanning the markets. Some would say huge watch list. Democrats don't like it. They don't like it. They say make the watch list smaller. I can do that. All right. Anyway, I got triggered. So let's go ahead and go over the QQQ. Yeah, I had to go to the courthouse today, so I wore a blazer. Okay, this is probably the last time you're gonna see me in a blazer. Had to throw it on though. You know. Anyway, so let's go ahead and take a look at the cues. And yes, what we're watching here on the lower time frames is likely going to be relevant here. Bam! God damn! Look at this. That's what you need to grab right there. Grab that, push this, and then you got a nice pocket of empty space right there. You just retested right off of 607, so you want to see a nice bounce off of that. But zooming out, and if you're on YouTube or Discord, you can see this. We've just engulfed today, right? So something significant, and we have it in the cards. And before I move on here, I want to show you what that is, just in case we do come back down. You need to know. Obviously 607 where he bounced that trade, perfect. If this floor is lost here at 606.35, which likely would be spurred by a 607 loss, this pocket will turn the candle red and keep us in range. How it happens, if it falls fast, perfect. Now, because the trajectory right now is up and we are nearing an engulfment, right? We have three. We haven't even really hit that third at 609.50 directly up above us. So, you know, it is not wrong based on all of our analysis, right, going into this week, which basically says, or rather said, that we were still, right, and had not lost any of our major floors. So we're now looking overhead as we're pulling the more volume off of this level, and this is where we dive into what is above, right? And why obviously price has struggled to get up here. And we remember we actually played a couple of these pops here. Blazers have brass buttons. You can't even see my buttons. Don't assume my buttons. The Dow's at 50,000. I'm sorry. Anyway, so what I'm looking for at the end of the day is obviously any pressure up against that 609.50. That's what we're watching over here to our right. If you're on the right side of the screen, we're looking to see if that 608.12 is going to get reclaimed. That would set us up, and this is the important part, right? That pocket right here, and you could just, again, that's what we need, or that's rather what we are looking for price to push over and fill up. That is 614.30. That is pretty much perfectly in confluence with the channel that we're currently trading in. Now, if price does not move through the box that it needs to break here on the hourly, I would recommend, or rather I'm not recommending, I'm going to be hedging. If you're looking or have any positions to the upside, and you need to be looking back down around 604, and that's something that could actually retest tomorrow. Again, when you're inside of a range, I wouldn't be surprised if we bam, right? And look over to your right. TikTok, you guys can't see this, but see that empty space right there? Yeah. But anyway, if you look right there, that's a perfect this is actually really cool. If you're not on YouTube right now, you're kind of missing out, or on Discord. If you look both simultaneously, right? So I'm describing this candle close right here. Look where it's at. It's that same area. So a retest or pull back and then bounce and launch out. We got a lot underneath us that we would have to lose. And also, right, that 605, we would need to really sink down into the candle closes of that, which is, again, on the lower time frame, that 605 area. So everything is all together, or we have, you know, a good complete picture of what needs to happen going into tomorrow. I expect for price action to probably, it more than likely will be moving really quickly, at least halfway to that 614 target. Typically around 10:30, we're going to see some sort of fluctuation or retest like we saw today. But the bigger play, right? The bigger play, which this is all adding up to, everything that I just said, right, is all going to add up to this. 1, 2. And the question here is, are we going to approach that for the third time? Because a third break with nothing up above us is going to provide a pretty green day, right? So that's what is in question right now. And it's really on the line now for the Qs. So, all right.
It's money, dude.
It's money, dude. It's right. And it's money to either side, right? If we don't make it above that third or fill up that 614 and then perish, right? Again, this is predictions. We can prepare for what we know mechanically is highly probably going to happen, right? We know that over or above that floor, that 613.75 and 614 would be the target up above. And we know what price does, right? If you have experience, if you've been doing this, we expect for price to respond, right? When you hit cost basis off a big, fat, juicy rip, what are you typically going to retest? If you are going to lose, it's because you lost your floor. And that's something that we could measure or prepare for. So it's not even necessarily trying to predict what price is going to do from here, but how it will respond when it reaches those very important or pertinent price targets directly up above us. So Green Day, never got that before. What green? What are you talking about?
I'm speaking tonight also.
Potter probably looked like a snack in a blazer. Oh my God.
Oh my God.
So should I get out of puts? If you're holding on to anything short expiration, I don't want to say signal, but I did mention in the chat earlier that I was going to go ahead off the break of that box, or I was getting out of my shorts. I was able to get out of them net green, but I told you guys, and this has been if we were able to successfully get over 606, then I would need to re-enter or find a better position to be in. That is the overhead resistance wall. So, all right, now let's move on. Let's take a look at SPY. So if anybody in here comes and says, ask for QQQ, you got a pretty in-depth blueprint here. I'm excited to see what happens here, folks, whether it's a rejection, whether we lose our structure, whether it's a punch up and rip ass. I'm here for it. So puts are not good for today. Well, I would agree with you. All right, now.
Who the hell was even talking about puts? Like, no.
It's okay. That's all right, guys.
He
When we
bought
learn to
puts,
be-
bro. That's what he's saying.
No, I'll buy all the puts, guys. I'll take the blow. You guys buy all the calls, all right? No, just kidding. I'm just kidding.
You'll take the what?
All right.
Yeah,
Let's take a look at SPY. That's not SPY. That's a mystery SPY. Now, oh, damn. My toes almost escaped my shoes. Now, we're looking at this on the hourly first, right? Just kind of want to see what's happening here because I don't watch it. Kind of want to give it we're going to give it the candle close and then directly up above us, right? We have this range and oh my God, it's always perfect. That's 693.82. And that would be the most or first obvious price target directly up above us. That is the wicks that we've been unable to reclaim. And that is the first price target on a day trade tomorrow. Any runners or anything that maybe has a longer expiration, a day or two past what you expect, because I do want to mention this. A lot of you need to stop with the 0 days to expiration, especially those of you who are not confident or good at the strategy or proficient, however you want to word it. If you're not doing what you're supposed to do and you don't feel good or know how to manage your positions, i.e. if you're holding weekly contracts, right, and you know that there's nothing in between you and this first target, but there's fucking 5 bounces off of this floor, then we should probably reduce or pay for the trade at minimum before we let that go into the red, because we want to secure profit on a highly volatile, asset or contract. I want to be at your level already. It sucks to be a beginner. I've been there. I was there. I can look back and I can close my eyes and remember how much it sucked to not know what I know now. But I used that and a little bit of delusion, maybe some tism, and I put it all together with sleep deprivation. Also, that was a key ingredient. And now I know. So
Stop dreaming and do it.
yeah, man.
I
Stop
thought there was a
dreaming.
lot of dry eraser marker involved too.
No.
Listen, Potter, you're
Yeah.
not here unless you did that. So
Yeah, exactly.
Like none of us would be here.
I don't regret it. I mean, obviously, it cost me, a little bit, a lot, but it
Just
paid
80
off.
grand, right?
The mental health thing, that was rough. That's a different type of pain. The money influenced the mental health. I needed that money and I lost it, and I hadn't even put that into it. It's not like I had put $80,000 in. But anyway, all right. I'm only able to do small trades right now. I mean, just if you don't know what a strategy is or you don't have one, you shouldn't be trading at all, right? Because you're gonna really, I mean, it's like trying to go really fast on a bike before you know how to ride. You're gonna eat shit, and you might even eat shit hard enough where you scare yourself from wanting to do it again, and you're gonna be less confident. Even when you do have a strategy, you're gonna have to watch and trust and take a step back. So I wish I could capture all the new traders. That sounds a little kidnappy, but I wish I could that those people who don't know anything are easier to teach. Now, whether or not they follow or whether they decide to go and traumatize themselves, I can't stop them. But those who do listen, take their time and make sure that they are of understanding, and then use low risk because again, you can learn all the information and say, well, I understand it, but you got to be able to move within it. You got to be able to manage trades and find your place. Again, swing trading, day trade, whatever. And all of that should be done with little to, not a lot of risk. By the way, I don't know if you guys just watched that pop on the cues. That was a little nutty, but take a look at this. Just the juiciest thing in the world, man. You can't make that shit up. Literally. Actually, guess what? You're trapped. All right. What's your best strategy? You would say for a beginner like myself, I should take time to study. I only have one strategy. I only look for one thing. I have found an anomaly in the stock market that's based on 24-hour structure, boxes, breaking into areas of little to no resistance, with target-based contracts and reduced risk. And that's all. I mean, that's what I do. Obviously, the Potterbox system is how I trade it. But if you have something that works in the stock market, especially if you're retail, you better do it. All right. Anyway, why am I business casual today? Because I had to go to court all casual. All right, let's go. Back to SPY. Sorry, I have ADHD sometimes. So with SPY, yes, we are candle closing over that 684. Well, we haven't closed quite yet, but this floor is what is in question here, because by recovering it, again, that play to the upside is likely to take place. Moving back down to the lower time frames, we are still underneath where sellers control the price. And by the end of the day, if you look at Qs, right, pretty nice little spike down here. And I would assume same thing here. So if you are watching SPY for swing trades or for even a end of the day trade, here's what needs to happen. Because we got all this mess directly up above us, which we just popped up, rejected. And underneath us, right, is this 686.62. If that fails, I would expect 686.13 to be tested. But this, again, like the Qs, has the exact same setup, where if this punches back, we fill that empty space, and you're looking to retest off of that top, right, or that resistance or support, excuse me, which is 684.21. QQQ sideways. Well, both SPY and QQQ have the recipe for potential sideways. We need you would need a pretty large injection of cash right now in order to get to moving, being trapped in between two ranges. I suspect, you know, maybe by the end of the day, we'll have a little bit more resolve. Oh no, I'm sinking.
You don't have to say what or anything, but are you taking any State of the Union lottos?
I'm currently sinking into my floor, dude. I can't help you.
Fair enough.
No,
Yeah,
I'm
the
just kidding.
Democrats ain't going to stand and applaud.
No.
Golf man, what's up, bro?
No
What's up,
Democrats
dog? Who's
are
that?
gonna laugh. Probably. Yeah, I'll have some money on the table. Sorry.
Can you verbally assault me?
Oh my. I'll physically assault you.
Okay, you're such a pretty boy.
Oh my god. Hey, clip
We
that.
love the way you swing them golf balls.
Oh Lord. All right. Anyway, going off the rails. Okay. So prepare yourselves. Obviously, I feel like this is pretty good. If anybody has
Hey,
any
man.
That
questions
makes
on
your
this,
putter flutter.
if anybody
Oh my
has
God.
any questions, are you guys breaking up? Or is that my internet? Are we good?
I'm here every
Yeah,
day.
where's Jorge? I haven't heard him in a while
A
yet.
little bit.
Jorge is partying in Mexico right now. So, all right. Anyway, can you guys hear me on Discord? Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. What's happening right now? What the fuck is going on? My computer? Uh-oh. TikTok, can you guys hear me? YouTube, can you hear me? No, it's not my internet, dude. It's my computer. I think I'm getting hijacked. I think it's Mossad. Oh, shit. I might have to restart my computer or something.
Man down.
Yo, can you guys hear me? Mic check?
We can hear
Yeah.
you, bro.
We can
Dude,
hear you.
I think Massad's got me, dude. My computer's like going fucking haywire right now, dude. The screen, my mouse was just getting yanked. Do you think I'm getting hacked? It was
Probably
the
Alex
Trump
Trades, bro.
Yeah.
Getting hacked.
The liberals got me again. All right. Oh, bro, got the TikTok BB strike down? Yeah, you damn right. All right. Anyway, I don't know what the fuck that was about. Let's take a look at the IWM. My pride and joy. All right. So now we have reason to believe, and again, we're still in range, but we do have reason to believe that potentially we could go reach that 265 floor. And of course, any sort of major price or major move on IWM is going to be seen with a price move over. And I think in most recent price action, 267.50 is going to be our most reliable level, which is still far away. Now, on the lower time frame, as discussed this morning, right? We are currently in the throes of trying to work through this bastard. And we've had multiple areas, obviously tapping, rejecting, and now still pushing up in the face. So it is possible tomorrow to see that 267.50 directly to the upside. So, do I have a lotto tonight? We'll discuss some lottos. Yes, we'll discuss. So, I mean, I'll discuss two scenarios with you. Okay, can everybody hear me everywhere? Discord, see my screen. Everybody good? Or break shit down?
Papi.
Okay.
We can hear you.
Did I hear a mysterious Jorge, by the way, just a second ago?
You did.
Yeah, I'm in here.
That's Festival Jorge right there, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I joined the Discord. Yeah, it was avocados from Mexico every time he was speaking.
Oh man, I missed that soundbite. All right, so let's talk about these scenarios. Right now, as we speak, with a maybe potentially volatile, and again, who knows, right? The State of the Union, as far as I know, could be pretty basic and nothing happens. So if you're lottoing, you need to lotto and keep it low risk, out of the money, within your risk, all that good stuff. Today is either serving as a retest, big pop up before, what could be, because of the empty space that we've left behind today, an immediate reversal back down. Would I be prepared for that if you're lottoing into today? Of course, right? And that would be at least down to 261. But if this is another rejection up here where all of this volume lies, I think we go a little bit further. On SPY, right, the same thing can be true or is true, right? Big pop up, and we're again watching the market at right now. It's 3 o'clock, and I'm looking at the cues. Keep your eyes peeled on that right side of the screen if you're on YouTube or Discord. That's where I have that trigger right here. We need to lose 607. You're probably gonna might see a juicy little waterfall down here. You don't want to chase waterfalls. You want to listen to the lakes and the streams that you're used to. That's my best advice. But this could be a retest, right, off the top, and with a potential volatile event overnight, drive price down. Now, with empty space directly up above us, and with all of this pressure that we're putting in the face of sellers, it wouldn't be difficult to pop the top off and move up into that 691. So I would say right now for SPY, 684 would be a price target to the downside. Do with that what you will. And 691.50, if you want to keep it real low risk, 693. Does everybody hear me? I said it.
One more time for the people in the back.
All right, come on. 684, let's get this guy a hearing aid. 684.17 or 684 down, and 691.50 up. Longer would be 693s.
The people in the back, thank you.
Yeah. The people in the back. And I just want to make it clear here, Neil is not in the back. Just making that clear. All right.
Exactly. I'm just here for the people.
Matter of fact, no one's in the back. I'm just kidding. Now that I think about it, I'm in the back. All right. So price targets to the upside would be, and I say 614, right? That is where the empty space is directly up above us, and where we would, if we break over 609, where I would be looking for price to go. So if you're looking for a little Gambolini, tomorrow, and I mean, again, 606 is going to be a bastard. But the first target to the downside would be that 604, which, I mean, if I'm being honest with you, if you look at the 3-minute over here to your right, you see this small structure. That structure has, so let me teach you guys something really quickly. TikTok, YouTube. This is one of the ways that I typically like to look for what could be or end up being continuation or flushing into the box. All right, this is some highfalutin shit right here. So check it out. Notice that we don't really build, right? We just pop, close, and keep moving. So if we're looking at it, right, and we're cutting that off and we're saying, well, that's just pure empty space, and it would be that wick or this body at 604.50 that would likely get hit. So while you would still operate with the same, okay, 605 would be my first target here to the downside, obviously with the loss of that wick and a drop under 605.66. But because all of this is so empty, right, it would be easy to reverse onto. So did the Netanyahu lows get slept on PLTR? No. Major guap. Seen you exposing some scammers, Rusty Rod and Coach. Yeah, just pointing. I keep cutting out. I would scroll away and scroll back. And am I cutting out for anybody else?
You're good, bro.
No,
on TikTok and YouTube.
Oh yeah, on TikTok you were glitching, bro.
I was glitching
earlier. Yeah, earlier. Yeah.
Okay. All right. I think I covered. And then with IWM, did I already do this one? I don't know. I'll do it again. So this one, I mean, oh man, if this thing did reverse tomorrow, I might be, that shit would be crazy. Because again, yeah, and I'm not gonna hold a bias here. But today has not really accomplished anything other than, yeah, price moving up into where on a lower time frame, sellers do control the price with a volatile State of the Union address. Potentially, we could be looking at, yes, this being a retest. So targets, I'm going to just give you targets, and what you do with those targets is completely up to you. 267, right? And I'm going to assume that if we do break, that we're probably going to move a little bit higher. And I would look at 268 would, at the bottom of this green open right here, would be one of the second targets beyond that. But the most surefire target would be 267 overhead. If you're looking to the downside, I think this floor gets swept, but yes, 258.74 would be that floor target. And you'll notice there is not much structure under here at all. So you cannot come back down really, because you don't have much to bounce off of. So, all right. What do I think of Mr. Black, Phantom Traders? He seems legit. I mean, I'm not a big fan of him personally, but that's a personality thing. I think that what he's teaching is outdated and not useful, but whatever. Yeah, that's how I feel. I think it's just slow and, I mean, Googleable. So, all right. Anyway, if you guys have anything you would like for me to take a look at, let's go ahead and take a look at that now. Maxed out one. Oh, damn. Jay, there were a lot of bottles of Tylenol. That's lit. That's lit. All right, let's take a look at K-View to the upside, which I'm in there with you. Not not what we want to see on K-View, right? I mean, it's okay, and this is still a scenario where I'm going to leave it where it's at. But because let's just look at this from like a realistic standpoint. If I have a product, some Windex, and I'm trying to sell you this Windex, and you buy it every single time at $18.92. But then I raise the price up a little bit, and now less people are buying. When I was hoping that because of the growing popularity that it would obviously be accepted at that higher price, and it's not. Can that change between now and tomorrow? Yes. But when you are given the opportunity with nothing in front of you, it can be a litmus test, right? Of where you're at with that volume. Is it a great setup? Yes. Does it need volume? That's literally the only thing missing. So, I mean, I'll leave it where it is, but just be prepared if you are unable to hold these highs. We're not dipping back down. And, maybe you could get a far out of money hedge somewhere around 18, but yeah, that's about it. Wolf up through Thursday earnings. Wolf. Huh. We talked about that one a lot. And my God, you had to dip your litmus stick, sorry, but multiple times up at the highs to finally get a solid candle close. So this does look good as far as continuation to the upside. What is the first target up above you? We see a open candle. Interesting. So that's what you're hitting right now. And then in the price action closest to my left, I have 2031 as a potential target to the upside. So if we get that squeeze up tomorrow, I'd watch $19 and $20.13. So let's see here. Microsoft down for 375. Come in.
Yeah, this might be a revenge trade.
Hey, baby.
I'm a little pissed at it every time it goes down.
I don't hold on a second, Chad. You need to bring it to me. But come here. Yeah.
And all the Mag 7s are just, sieves right now.
Okay. What'd you say, baby? I look good? My son said, chat, spam the fire emoji. That's what my son said. I didn't say that at all. Anyway, I don't know what he's talking about. What do you mean? All right. So chart looks okay. Obviously, you got a little box. I would really want to know what you're bouncing off of, which I think you have answered over here to the left. Okay, so you can see obvious good levels, right? Because that floor is this overhead resistance. So that's where you know. So I guess using what you have on the lower time frame is risky because you obviously haven't reclaimed anything, but is more than likely, yes, going to take you up for that retest on that break. So I don't see anything wrong with trying that. So. All right. What do we got next here? Oop, APP Master. I didn't say it. Oh man, 3 off the bottom. Empty space above. How much are those contracts?
They're a lot, dude. I got 430s.
Sit there a lot, dude. Yeah, I did catch did anybody well, not anybody, did anybody who did take Tesla yesterday, did were y'all able to take some profit off that? I saw John say he was taking profit. So brother John, sorry, excuse me. Sorry, brother John. Man, look at Q's.
Hey Potter, can you check out PDD for me, porfa, please?
Yeah. Hold on a second. Let me look at these APP contracts.
Damn.
416. How much are those? Damn.
With like 200?
I'll have like 450, brother. They're juicy. It does look like a good move to the upside, though. Yeah, I'm gonna leave that alone, though. You want APP? Hey, don't put those words in my mouth. All right.
Clip that, Neil.
Okay.
Hey, Alex, go ahead and ban Neil. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Do it, Alex.
He said no. My God, dude.
Not my Indio, bro. Not my.
You're
Indio.
lucky Ivy's not here, bro.
Alex,
TX.
Ivy wouldn't do it either.
You said PayPal. Is that right?
Ivy would have clipped him.
Yeah.
Did you say PayPal?
It was no, it was PDD, Papa.
Pete. Huh? Yeah, it was at my office. Tempting. I'm gonna split that in half. Hiya!
Let's go, Q's. Nice little 50% here.
I know, yeah. I feel like I gave a good blueprint. So hopefully, if you guys are any of you lower time frame dorks are trading this, we might see a
I mean that rejection off cost basis,
right?
I mean, it was box to box trade right there. I mean, you can't get easier than that.
Yeah, it's worth giving it a shot.
Yeah. My
calculator has a stock. Yeah, brother, TXN does. All right, so I'm gonna be honest with you. You know the deal, probably better than most. Obviously with these Chinese stocks, it's not leaving me with a ton, but I do see. I mean, I see a target of 110 up above. I mean, this candle did gap down and then pull itself right back up. So obviously the risk to reward on this needs to be, if it's good. I mean, what are 110s? What do you think? What do you think Trump's gonna say about China? Minji sitting in a tree.
FUCK.
Stop making fun of my uncle, man.
Free healthcare for everybody.
He said, "Stop making fun of my uncle." I'm sorry. Tell Uncle Z I said sorry.
You should leave South America alone.
Yeah. What?
Panama belongs to me.
Make South America great again.
There you go. Make expansionist powers not so great again. All right, so PDD 108 needs to be gapped up above, and I would look at that one target. Not a great chart, but we know that with Chinese stocks you can kind of see, a little bit. But all right, TXN Calculator stock to the downside. 4-hour time frame right off of that candle. All right, get rid of everything. Sometimes it's just best to start over. Okay, so with that one line, I can just tell you right now that you are in obviously a jeopardy of potentially losing or continuing to the downside. The green floor, or rather this floor right here at 1265, if lost, I would, yes, be looking at continuation to the downside with a target / imbalance target of 204. Now lower time frame, does that support it? Well, at the moment you've got empty space, so you might be looking at a retest before you get anything at all, which is how price action typically runs. So I would be looking, and I will say that retest can move all the way to 219 if that floor is recovered. So maybe off of that retest you might be able to catch that one.
Buenas tardes, señor Daniel.
Buenas tardes. Feeling tardes right now. Yeah, KDP, actually, if you're holding anything on KDP, it still looks good. I mean, it did retreat, you know, about 50 cents, hit what was a previous resistance. And if you just want to look at it this way, that floor, next target's going to be 31.20.72. So
I got 35 March 20th.
Juan, how do I, oh, that's not bad. How do you handle all-time highs, for instance, TEX? So again, I'm not shy about what my weaknesses are. I do not trade into all-time highs, man. So what I'm not good at, I don't need to be good at if I already have something that I am good at and that makes me money, and I do. You know, that's something that if I want to, I'll always keep it real with you guys. If I have questions about a stock moving into all-time high, who do I ask? TTI. That I'll ask him, like, but when am I ever doing that? Never. So if I see something going, you know, maybe earnings, or I held a position that is moving into all-time highs, that's where, you know, if I have a shorter expiration, I'm going to pick a psychological target, or I'll use Fibonacci extensions, excuse me.
I was just thinking about this. I think the only person that's a bigger troll than you is 50 Cent.
I'll take that as a compliment. I love that. But that just goes to show you, hate doesn't always come from the top, right? Kendrick Lamar is pretty, I mean, he showed me that I could do way more. I could go harder. But anyway, all right, let's see. What else do we have here on the request?
Those 111s for PDD Potter were 64 cents.
I got him. Oui.
Check out Kava. He's got earnings tonight.
Yeah,
if you haven't already.
I have equity.
That was another good one that thanks for reminding me, Neil.
Yo, every time I drive past the Kava in my city, dude, nobody's there. I did see a horse outside of it one. I was kidding. But yeah, it's okay. So that is a lot of empty space directly to the upside. You are building. So, I mean, I would be looking for a candle clearing $2. That is all you got. And obviously something like this, which does seem to get large injections of volume, I mean, just like you would here, right? You're looking to clear that wick, and you want to do that on a lower time frame. So with something like that, with something like this, you just need to, I buy at line, stop loss at line. Like, there's not much else brain power. The more that you overlook or overanalyze something like this, the more likely you're going to make a mistake. So just know where your stop loss is. APLD. This has got to be a lower time frame setup. I can see the box. Okay, so no empty space directly up above you. So that's going to be a problem. Okay, so you have like a really, 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 really strong uptrend here, which you can see bits and pieces of that control. So I'll leave it there. And then you also have what you could consider to be same thing here. And I'm gonna be honest with you, this is the kind of setup I'd rather gouge my eyes out with a rusty spoon than try to navigate it, unless I knew that there was something that would drive us through the volume that is above us. Mostly, or preferably something that has empty space, or even over here. That's a great setup, right? Taking this, right? Floor gets recovered, you move through that box and you target right here at the floor. That's a great setup, and it does move, and it does well. I don't have that here. It's just box after box after box. And when you have that much overhead resistance, it has to be some wild injection of volume, which is typically 9 times out of 10 comes from news or a catalyst. Holy diamonds all over the screen. I don't know what that means. All right, folks.
Were you guys looking at the 112s on PDD? That chart is so weird to read.
It
The
is.
111s, you can go to the top, the 112s too. It gets a little bit cheaper when you get to like the 112s. I think they're like 33 cents.
For PDD, wouldn't you look out till next week since there's like this resistance in front of us?
Nah, because I'm not going to risk that much money on a setup.
Yeah, I
like
don't
that.
want to. Yeah, I'm not trying to risk.
I'm
that
lowering.
much
I'm
either.
like
The risk to
putting,
reward is not there.
Yeah.
unless it
for
gaps up
the
and rips
contract.
straight to 110, then it's a bag. But
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
not.
Then it's a bag.
But
Mhm.
I'd rather take a position that doesn't. If I'm going to do it, then I'm going to do it with something that doesn't have a lot of risk on it, and I can still get paid, as we well know. What the fuck, dude? My cat just let out like a.
You remember last
human
time we
bark.
played
What
that
the
shit,
fuck?
buddy?
I mean, and
Yeah.
it is bouncing off
bag,
the cost
dude.
basis on the
Yeah, I
4
mean
hour.
that's not a
So,
bad candle close. So I mean,
yeah.
I'll take a shot on it.
It's like yeah.
Them 111s are 37 cents.
Yeah,
All right.
they were 33 earlier, so
They're
just,
not. Yeah, they're not expensive. They're cheap.
Damn.
Yeah.
There's a 110 for 60. Yeah, 60. That's right.
Yeah, I mean, if that didn't work out or it gapped down something crazy tomorrow, like I would just be a drop in the bucket. So 4650 is your first and overhead target here. You do have and would rather have a pretty gnarly rejection coming off of 4570, but you have shot up in the face of that. So you are looking at a 4650 target to, yes, potentially break into this empty space above you, where I'd be looking at a first target of 4850. And a second target of $50 flat. There is empty space beyond that and even gaps. So you could be looking at a much longer journey depending on what your expiration is. So, all right. Be sure to tap the screen if you're on TikTok. I appreciate you guys. All right. Holy hot dog water. Now that's interesting. Now it's only interesting because when I see uniformity, it gets me all hot and bothered. I love it. It's my favorite thing, right? And I see uniformity in the wicks, and I see uniformity at the top here. I also, I guess you could say, kind of see a lack of that, but this is what I would just define, because yes, there is a lower time frame, but this is where sellers, right, have pushed price off of. So if they lose, there is empty space for sure on TTD. Now we've gotten fried a couple times on TTD. So it's definitely something where you could look at today as, like, again, a retest, but you definitely need to see a move through this box and above 2622, because anything happening in the lower time frame beyond or within that is a liability. So no tie with the suit, dude. I don't wear. Yeah, I'm not a tie guy. Yeah, we don't do ties very much. I don't like choking myself in public. What's up?
MGC just did a punch back. If
You
anybody's
said
trading
who?
futures, MGC on the lower time frames. Nice.
You say you don't like choking yourself in public. So what does that mean when you're not in public?
Oh shit.
Oh, got it.
I the preference is also not to be choked.
The preference is in the closet with the choking.
Yeah.
Publicly.
Publicly. All right. Anyway, sometimes after some of these lives and the things that people say to me, I want to choke it myself. All right. Let's see.
I'm listening.
Oh my God. Amazon. I think we did that one, right?
Do you want to choke on?
We get a little bit off topic sometimes. I'm sorry. I'm not perfect. Well, that's where you needed to break and you failed. right now you're dropping down. Oof, ooh, watch the cues. Come on, baby, give us that 330 dumperoni and cheese.
You
It'd
know
just be nice to see
puppy.
it.
That gap fill, that empty space down would be beautiful.
Dude, if we hit that at the end of the day, that would be nuts. That would
be amazing.
because I got these for cheap. So Amazon is
What'd you
probably
get?
something that I'm going to be looking at. Hold on, I'll tell you.
Okay.
That I would be looking at again. And I said this, I made myself really, really clear about where this needed to break, which is 210.60. And that is something that you have rejected and you are now pulling back and sinking into what we can perceive to be as empty space. So if I'm being honest with you, this is one that you want it to dump fast. You want it to dump fast, and you want it to hit either 207, which I assume you're going to here in just a moment, 207.86, and then if you do continue falling, you want to keep that speed up. So that way tomorrow, tomorrow you can look at a reversal and easy move right back up for what would be just a retest to go and punch over that box. So screen shifted again. Okay. Okay. Very good. Oh, TDD earnings are tomorrow. Oh, okay. Well, that changes things. Kind of. Maybe 27.50. It's been a while since you've had anything positive. I mean, is this a rinse and repeat? You said, what is that, tomorrow morning? You said it's tomorrow morning, right? I'll get out of here.
Honestly, those 32s aren't too bad.
I mean, I'm looking at it over here, and it damn near looks, again, save for the lack of like you don't have the same kind of volume you did, but there's kind of a lot of volume on those for surprisingly. Usually, you're not going to see the spread hold its self together. Someone's got I think some volume spread out over these contracts, but yeah, 30s aren't bad. All right. Well, again, if you decided, I'm checking it out. All right. 30s, or even if you're trying to be safe, 27. I don't see why not. With again, this much, and how long have we been dumping? Since August of last year, we have fallen from $88. So just off of us, like just any sort of good news could actually cause a squeeze like candle back up. So even if it's just for a retest. So, all right, let's keep going. Yeah, drop whatever other requests you have here. I'm trying to go through as many as I can. For the bell, cues.
Cues keep dropping. Come on now.
You got to act like you don't care. It's the only way it works.
I
don't even care if
Yeah,
it
fuck
dumps,
the
dude.
cues. I don't even care. Fuck.
Nah, see, I can hear it in your voice. You don't mean it. You got to really actually mean it. Like, I don't care.
Who gives a shit about the motherfucking cute?
I'm not afraid anymore.
This guy just
As soon as he said that, they shot back up.
bringing too much spiritual. I'm just kidding. Too much energy to it. Oh my God, brand engagement network. $30 and 32.30. This is obviously just freshly getting some volume. I don't really see anything there. This chart scares me. I ain't gonna lie to you. There's very little structure here at all. Yeah, so that's a floor that needs to be reclaimed, which is basically 29, 23. The next target would be 34 flat. And then, I mean, if you get some sort of extraordinary volume, maybe you fill up that empty space to 51, but that's not my kind of chart. CRW. Four weave. Oh, damn. Now that looks kind of juicy. What do you mean blow? What do I mean by blow? Blow what? What are you talking about? I didn't say anything. What did I don't remember saying that.
What was it?
You know what, dude? That one's just you got okay, so I'll give you two prices. It's not bad. It's not bad setup. I got 3 price targets for you, which I think will add up to a perfect box. Hold on, watch this. Skidoosh. I'm sorry. Anyway, that is target 1 is $100.75 for the shortest of expirations. Target 2 is 102.62 for those runners, and then if you have a week out, 104.30. However, it's not like you have a whole lot of volume sitting in front of you, or separating you rather, from this pocket up here up at the 112s, which would likely lead you to a bigger break. But yeah, I mean that is a damn great candle close there. So what is the significance of the halfway line in my boxes? The 50% mark is the cost basis, which we have been literally utilizing all fucking day, and which is now the plight of my existence as the cues won't stop bouncing off of it. But that is where the majority of the volume inside of an area of consolidation is. And the reason that I look for that is because if price loses the floor in that box, and then again, the volume still remains at the 50% mark, if price moves back up in the face of that 50% mark, it's going to push that volume out of the way and distribute that volume. And if there's little to no resistance above me, it's typically going to be a pretty strong move. So,
Hey, Papa, they got earnings on CRWD.
oh, tonight?
Mañana.
You guys can make sure you mention that to me. Otherwise, my analysis is incomplete. So,
Thank you, Matt.
Yes, sir.
I see 112. Now, I will say, this right here, all the way up to 130, 130, 150, that could be lucrative, but what has to happen? That floor needs to be recovered. Second target would be there, and then you'd be set free. What would I consider to be consolidation? Any area of consolidation that has 2 or more points of contact on equal sides, right? So CRWV, right? Multiple points of contact. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. That was a box. Obviously, we popped through and retested that high, but yeah, we have multiple points of contact off of that box. Same thing here. It's usually the count of 3, literally.
Hey Potter, PayPal is ripping up right now.
PayPal is ripping up right now. I figured as much. It held up all day. Well, is anybody still holding those? Anybody? Listen, that analysis was fire though. I wasn't watching it. I kind of had a really busy day, but look, oh my God, look at it, guys. Box, cost basis, pull back, touch floor, explode. How much more empty space do you have? And look at how you're ripping through empty space. Again, this is why I do not trade any fucking thing else, and I don't want to. And I'm going to be emphasizing that in the workshop a lot. Because again, we're dealing with a lot of new traders, and new traders should be focusing on maximizing their dollar and their risk to reward, maximizing it, which again is not something that we're not aware of. That's fire though. Yeah, I would definitely be trimming on that one. Red wine.
Potter, that
Yes.
you don't see a redraw back on that?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying like, what do you mean? Yeah, I mean, I would definitely be looking at a retest. At this point, you need to go look to your left. You have absolutely fucking nothing. So, I mean, you're really set free. The only thing I can really offer at this point, right, would be where you're at right now. So you would more than likely translate that down to the lower time frame. And this is all one big bar. You have no structure. So hopefully you, honestly, if I'm being real with you, you kind of hope for a gap up, maybe to touch $50, or at least gap and go into that 50. And that's psychological. But unfortunately right now, what are you going to do with this? This is actually the hardest thing to do, is try to get into a trade that looks like this, because you're likely going to build structure and go from there. So yeah, I would definitely be trimming. Hell yeah. I'd be trimming, making sure all my profit. I mean, I'm sure you guys are up ridiculous. All right, what else do we have? Hims short. Nope. Maybe. Actually, hold on, take it back. So that is your old 50% mark of this range. As oh, I'm on the goddamn 2-minute. I just fooled myself. Never mind. Amateur mistake right there. All right. Now we can kind of flip this around. This is not a bad potential setup here. You got nice pockets of empty space up above you. You have structure that's loose, right? Should probably elaborate on that. You have empty space within those ranges. These are not boxes. These are not boxes. These are not boxes. They're not boxes. They're ranges, which contain, they are literally the skeleton of what a box could be. So all the points remain the same. But as I said earlier, it lacks the meat. All right. We want the meats. All right. 1632 is where we want to see a breakup above. This is good meat. I never said that.
Aquí traigo, papá.
Huh? You said carne asada, papa? What
I said,
say?
aquí traigo, papá.
Oh, damn. You hear what you want to hear, don't you? Yeah, they are getting sued, but where's the resolution? You can get sued, and the price. Listen, hold on. Time out. Listen, I learned. I'm going to tell you a lesson. I lost $12,000, probably more, through the whole battle, but on Nikola. That stock was, I mean, your grandma could have told you it was a scam. You know, Trevor Milton was so full of shit, and that, as right as I was about that stock going to nothing, or going to damn near pink sheets, it still shot up in my face, because again, at some point it becomes dangerous to keep shorting, or too expensive to keep shorting. So you need to alleviate that selling pressure, and you do that by big pops up to the upside, which creates opportunity to the downside by not having any structure underneath you. So you could absolutely see Hims pop off and go hit 1824, or even as far as 2123 before even seeing a major rejection. However, it's not here. We need 1632, so. Let's see. We're not doing that. Alrighty, what else do we have? Keep dropping your request. SMR to the upside. Oh, I have a Band-Aid on my finger. I can't type. 24-hour. It's 342, folks. Okay. Yeah, I would be looking for a touch of the floor of 1412 based off the 24-hour candle close here. However, we can safely assume that there's a box, and yeah, because of these wicks, we're probably going to see something a little different. Oh, what's that? That's the box. That's why we do top-down analysis. So that way, maybe, right, we can start to get a starter position or a position in place before that trigger actually fires. Okay, as I keep moving down, every time frame is different and it expands. Why? Look at those wicks at the 24-hour. So guess what? You're pretty close to starting this play off in the right way, which is getting a hold of 1350. That would give you $14, which, right, that's going to be basically right around that 24-hour floor. But you're going to need to punch through this box. 1, 2, 1, 2. We're looking for 1412. And then again, what's above you? Not much. I'd be looking for 1581 on a break through that box. Ooh, baby. Yo, what's on? Dude, Savannah Airport is on fire again. Oh, never mind. It's a planned burn at the Savannah National Refuge. Huh. Interesting. Yesterday it was. There was like a fire at the airport. Also, the Savannah Airport was in the files, dude. I was like, what? There's like a jet company here that apparently was like did a lot of business with him. Oh my God, dude. That's terrible. It's going to be there. 24-hour. That's where you see it. Look, watch that. Watch that line. Seems pretty simple to me, right? But hold on. It gets better. So if you're looking for any sort of upside on Upwork, right? It is probably not going to, but you're going to need to see the 1390 floor get pushed through. I think the only positive thing I can see, Q's pushing up here to that 607.50. Yeah, that didn't work. Yeah, I see a move right up into 1366, and then you're looking for 1388. But this is honestly, yeah, there's a decent amount of empty space here, but it's a little scary. Let's see, look at the hourly, probably clear things up. That's not bad. That's not bad. So yeah, I think the point remains 1364, 1392 on the hourly. The hourly chart is clean. The hourly chart you're able to set pretty solid levels on. And I guess if this is, yeah, I would be targeting 1515 there. Hood. God dang, that's tempting, isn't it? Isn't it? Isn't it? Isn't it? Sorry, Gas Man. I'll tell you why it's tempting, right? Yeah, you got 3 off the bottom. Buyers really didn't have the fucking juice to get it done at all. So if you can pull the volume off here, I see a gap at 75.95, and then over those wicks at 78.85, I'd be looking 85.32. You know what? How much of those contracts? Because that's the kind of low risk, potentially high reward. The only variable here, or if you would like to wait for confirmation, you could take this lower time frame, 4-hour, 2-hour, and 1-hour. Move it down. Points are the same. So 76.70, 76.19, and then a punch through that box, and I'd be looking to try to tackle that up to 85.45. That's not bad. Will I have another workshop after the March 1st one? I mean, I'm not gonna plan it. I'm not gonna plan to do one. I did one last year around the same time. I think I think it might have been a little bit earlier in the year, but so we'll see. I think the more people the more people that would join, the probably more often that I might be looking to do that. But it was June or July. Yeah, you might be right. There's a lot of things to remember around here, y'all. Microsoft overnight or wait for confirmation for tomorrow? I love that question. I like the way you asked that. I don't think it would be a terrible. I mean, yeah, look at the queues right now. Jesus, Lord have mercy. All right. Well, now
It did not want to break that cost basis.
It did not, and this is the way this is going to change this candle for that empty space move, right? Again, if you have those 614s. Yeah, I mean, if you look at it on the 4-hour, like not much has changed, but if you look at it on the lower time frame, you know, it's hard to look at it any other way. So, listen, with that wick down there and price driving up, you know, yes, you could wait for confirmation. I think that level is actually going to be off of 391. But I mean, no, depending on what the risk to reward is on the contracts, I would be looking for 393.87 with runners up to 395.21. Let's see, what else can we see here? And this will maybe seal the deal. That's a little sketchy. That's a weak way to approach the floor or approach the ceiling. How many 15-minute candles? Jesus, Lord. Yeah. This is the kind of setup where, yeah, if the State of the Union or something like that, overnight news doesn't go well, you know, you'd be right back down at the floor. So, yeah, it would be nice to see this thing leaving 389. So, Tesla upside to the floor. I actually have runners on Tesla right now. They are. I'm not talking about it because I know that most people, or I don't think anybody talked about it either. I think John mentioned it, and then somebody else online, and it looked really good. So I'm going to hang on to a couple of these, but those are 150%. And by hang on to them, I mean hang on to two of the contracts. So it's not a huge position here at all. I'm just curious to see whether or not we're going to push through this, because man, we're leaving a lot of holes underneath us. So. RGTI, Abby Cochran.
That's a second reject on these queues, right? Call spaces here.
Yeah. I dated a girl with the exact same name as you. That's a little weird. Long time ago. RGTI does look pretty good.
Queues are ripping.
Yep, they are ripping. That looks good.
Yep.
And SPY too.
I paid 165 for the Tesla contracts that are now worth 415. I see one target. It's 1270, and obviously anything happening beyond that is because you're punching through these boxes where that's opening up that trade for you. So. Yeah, I'm still in KDP. I'm holding that one. Elf made its third attempt today to get up. I think we find out tomorrow. That's not even a fucking word. Tomorrow, whether or not we're going to actually go for the break. So the equity holders, tomorrow's going to be, I think, a pretty important day. So, what's up, Kenny? AG upside. I cannot help you. I'm sorry, brother. I'm sorry. I can't really. I don't trade at all-time highs, and I do not have an edge at all-time highs. So, you said Sprouts. Well, damn. Yeah, you got a good. I don't know about. I mean, long wise, I still have a signal over 8260. However, that's not a terrible candle close. Above 73.88, you're looking at a run. You would have a target at 76 and 77.30. Hey, baby. What? Tooth Fairy's coming tonight. Not again. Damn. Tooth Fairy like the tax man, dude. Alright, I got something for the Tooth Fairy. I'm just kidding. Alright, sorry, my daughter lost her tooth. We've been waiting. It's been like hanging in her mouth. We couldn't get it out. Ooh, Neil, are you seeing this rejection on the queues?
Yeah, dude, the sellers they don't
There's a
want
lot.
the
I
queues
think
up there.
there's fat orders of sell orders all over above
Yeah.
us. So
I mean, it's having a hard time holding that upper box anyway.
yeah,
Like we haven't gotten one single close in there yet.
I'd love. You know what? Sprouts is something that I'd actually be interested in, like institutional investing, like who's buying. That's something where you quantitatively or like fundamental analysis on that would actually be pretty useful, I think, because again, something falling. What is it? SFM. Something with that much empty space is actually something that I look for an equity purchase. However, it's not like we're retesting anything major. You know what I mean? Like if anything, we're bouncing off of that, which makes sense, but it's still 77.11. But that is something that is a chart that I would look at, especially after a long period of consolidation for continuation to the upside. So yes, the ETF move, IWM move, is in my opinion, yeah, it is going to be crazy. So, John, why you being so nosy? He said, "Can you tell me what you got for Hood?" That's crazy. Get out of here, dude. John, see, you teach mechanical engineering, but you be making spy cameras, dude. Making spy cameras, I don't like that. I got some cheap 80s, bruh.
Is that a hit? Spy? Play Spy up?
No, Hood. He was asking about Hood. Garrett, you did
Yeah,
not
I
say
know.
Brother John, and I will forgive you.
I got
but
Hood
next
to at
time.
81.
On Spy? Let's take a look. Oof, that rejection. I want to say something really quickly, because I know that a lot of you guys have been having a rough time with the ETFs. And I just want to reassure you that it doesn't matter. The best of the best are struggling. And even for me, right, this is not an area where continuation is happening, right? We make our move, we hit what's above, and there's always something above or below. And so when this and all of this to say, right, going back to what we've been talking about for now weeks, we are not like, do not think that you have missed anything, and having FOMO inside of this box is stupid. We do not need to have FOMO inside of this box when in reality it's out of these areas that we get the biggest moves. Period. End of story. 4 candles sideways. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 candles sideways. And yes, I am one of those people that the longer we chop, the bigger the rip. So, 12 years ago, Tooth Fairy paid $20 a tooth. My son didn't get that. I told the Tooth Fairy was wrote. Damn. Yeah, my the Tooth Fairy is going to be giving away timeshares. No, I'm just joking. I'm just joking. JD. We got a little gamble on JD actually. I grabbed some was it not JD? I'm sorry, it was PTD. Chinese stocks confuse me. 110s on that one, but JD, I mean, I would assume the same thing here, right? Yeah, that one has a target of 28, but unfortunately with most Chinese stocks, it's difficult to confirm continuation to the upside because they make most of their moves overnight. Tonight was a retest of 2760. Real quick, I'm going to interrupt myself. If you are looking at, again, I am, yes, putting some money on the line for tomorrow. I've already given away my targets and where I'm looking to the downside. Obviously, if you're looking at a downside hedge, this is the place to do it. 614 is that target overhead to the downside, right? If we receive some sort of gap down or anything else, just to make this abundantly clear, we'd be looking at a retest right around that 605.
Also, Kava has earnings after close.
Okay, hold on one
So
second.
if anyone wants to take a look.
Ah, no. Fuck. How much are these contracts? That's going to tell me everything I need to know.
The spread is kind of wonky, but I mean, I got the 85s and 53s, so.
I think I'll have me an 84. And then a 55.
What is the news event today that's happening?
Trump is
State
going to
of the
try
Union.
to speak. So what's going to happen? KDR has earnings. I thought KDR has earnings. Damn. I don't think that's. Is that England? You guys play both sides. We might, if, like right now, obviously, you know, I still have a pretty short biased, but don't have a major short position right now. I did grab both sides, yes, for the Qs. I don't play both sides every single time, but because we're going into the State of the Union, and that again, I don't really expect for that to change much. We do have a solid green 24-hour candle close, so I have those 614s directly up above us. But I'm not convinced, you know, completely right now that what we're seeing isn't retesting, right? And this is with that wick that we just saw. I mean, that could be that third tap, you know. But anyway, all of this is just a preparation for what's likely or could add volatility. I do not take straddles on everything that I see. I take straddles on things that do not have confirmation either way, but do have a ton of tension. And because typically if I can find cheaper contracts on one side or the other, I will grab both sides as a straddle position. But I, again, want to, there's some specific things that need to line up in order for me to do that. So, do we like where KDP is at? Yes, dude. Yeah, it's KDP, so I mean, it's not going to be a straight line. But yeah, I love it. Yeah, Dr. Pepper. Dr. Pepper. 32.25. Let's see what Kava does. Kava has empty space all the way to 83.40. So if we can get a break over 72.70, then we would be looking there. If this thing drops like a hot rock, 55. So 55 and 84. You can't take anything now. It's 401.
It's too late.
It's too late, baby.
It's okay. It's earnings, man. It's a gamble.
Just talking about ice cream and then boots on the ground, boys. Wait, what are you talking about, Praglicious?
He's talking about war.
Nah,
Thought
fuck.
so. Do we have boots on the ground somewhere?
Iran.
No.
Short and Q.
Yeah, right.
Long gold.
Is anybody
Short
in the
NQ,
military
long
watching
goal.
right now? And have you received steak, lobsters, or all of the above?
Yeah, they got all that shit already. That's what I heard.
Puts on the
Yes,
cues.
sir. They got all that shit already.
What's what? All right. Full port, 600 puts on cues. Okay, what's next?
Wow, Trump administration sues over alleged anti-Semitic hostile work environment. Get the fuck out of here. Right, Iran.
We won't do nothing until Friday night.
All the bids of Blackhawks are headed to the south.
What time is State of the Union tomorrow?
It's tonight.
It's tonight.
Oh shit, I thought it was tomorrow.
Ideas meal. Let me
What if?
lock
What
in.
if? Wait. Yeah, what time is it? What time is it?
It's 1:02, Papa.
No. I don't. Don't be
I think it's
funny
like
now.
7
Eastern.
or 8.
What time is
Nine-
it? State of the
9
Union.
p.m. 9
9
p.m.
5 o'clock.
p.m. Dang, dude, they're gonna have to give him a one of those energy suppositories again.
They're gonna need
Keep 'em-
extra diapers.
He's gonna fall asleep, bro.
Dude, I
That's
wonder
what
if.
they did to Biden. They
Listen.
injected Biden.
Listen, I wonder if the diapers that Biden left in office, Trump just uses those.
Motherfucker doesn't fit.
Like,
those.
he
He's
was
way
like-
bigger than Biden.
Yeah, you're right. These aren't stretchy enough. It looks like a thong. Every time I go poo poo. Sorry.
They're all versatile. Anybody can wear them diapers. You got to tighten them up or loosen them.
Love it.
It's all thanks to that one guy.
You're laughing, bro. You know I'm not too far from that.
Oh man, Kova, don't say that. Don't. No, you're gonna be fine.
What?
Everybody's.
I mean, geez, I'm 18 years away from wearing diapers.
No
Oh
way.
my god.
That's a whole 18 years, man. You could
That's true.
do
Enter
Kegels.
Huggies.
Listen, dude,
The
lots
only
of
reason why
squats.
he's wearing diapers
and
is
do
because he was doing
Kegels.
shit he shouldn't have been doing.
Yeah,
Who's that?
we'll talk about it later. We'll talk. We'll talk.
Nah.
Once he gets off live.
That's a shitty conversation.
Pun intended. Pun intended.
So for the Qs, you see 614 up.
I just want to say I'm bearish, but it's not right. I see 614 to the upside. Obviously, if he's able to manipulate the market even further, then we would be looking at even more. Oh boy, this has got to be the wildest chop zone
below
I've
is
seen in a
600,
long
right?
time, man. Huh?
Below the floor is 600, right? Like 659.
Oh, the floor that I'm looking at? Yeah, the floor that I would be expecting price to drop to would be 596. Underneath us on the lower time frame, that is 604. Yeah, if that's what you said.
If you play it right, you get it up and then you'll get it back down.
I mean, and let me go ahead and break off real quick and address anybody who is new or struggling, especially those of you guys in my Discord. This is, again, the hardest space to trade. And you, if you've been smart, like, and I'm not saying that, and I hate when people straw man me, and sometimes they don't even realize they're doing it. They're, when I'm just trying to help, but they'll be like, well, I caught this trade. I'm like, okay, well, overall, is day trading working for you? And the resounding response is no, from beginners. I'm not talking about those of you vets and stuff who have been in here for a while, but I'm talking about mostly beginners. And what it does is it just spins their head around and it becomes disorienting because you're not choosing or picking, or rather just focusing on one thing, which I'm going to repeat this. If you are, if you have limited capital and again, how the type of percentage that we put up, I'm saying that it's outside of these ranges that have been established that you are going to be able to maximize your money. And when you don't have a lot of money, oh, he's just joking. Sneaky P is joking. But if you don't have a lot of money, right, you are, the only way that you're going to get up is by maximizing every position that you take. What does that mean? That means that we are focused on higher time frame, clear, empty space setups. Does that mean that you're going to find them all the time? No. Does that mean that you're going to spend maybe 3 to 4 days sitting on your hands? Yes. But are you going to make more off of one of those PayPal or AMD or whatever setups? Yes. You're going to maximize whatever small base hits or you're gonna blow past whatever base hits that you were able to accomplish, right? And again, you're gonna see a lot of people inside of the Discord trading lower time frame stuff. I'm narrating it, and the temptation is there, but we only become resistant when we're submerged or resistant to those, or disciplined by being right, or learning how to resist those temptations while submerged within them. So while you may listen to them, every time you ignore them or you don't act upon somebody else's trade, you get better at focusing on your own setup or your own trade, but higher time frame setups. So with the Qs, right, which is again been a wild ride. We got a huge dump down, huge rip up, and now what has happened and typically happens after that, we chop or we build. And that is what is happening right now, which means, right, after 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days of consolidation, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days of consolidation, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days of consolidation, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Oops, sorry. Well, we'll leave that alone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We get another move down, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You get what I'm saying here? 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're there. And the money's in front of us. We have our price targets. We just need to respond correctly, and you're going to be able to maximize your dollar. So just want to make that message clear that when you're in the beginning part of this, or if you're planning on taking the workshop on March 1st and you don't know a lick, or maybe you have been trading and things have not worked, right? Sometimes we got to be honest with ourselves about whatever we've adapted or built. If it's not working, then you need to just move on and find something else, or explore be more exploratory and less. I'm just going to attach myself to whatever strategy I find next. You need to see that it works, and you can understand it. So, if I had 2K of disposable income to invest each month, what would your strategy be? With 2K, I would focus primarily on swing trading. I would probably around 10 to maybe 12K, definitely take profit off of that. But after hitting anywhere around that goal, maybe at that point you could use or utilize some
Hey,
shorter
look at Kava. Sorry. Look at Kava. Sorry.
Hey, don't scare
sorry.
me like
I know
that,
you-
Dad. I mean, what?
Dang, dude.
No, I'm just kidding.
Sorry, papi.
Typical. Give me more. Give me more horse food. Oh, you made me look at it, dude. What do I think of Rusty Rod?
I didn't make you do anything.
You guys love the jinx shit.
Right? Nah.
Come on, man.
Nah, dude.
Yeah.
The horses just need to eat before they can gallop, baby.
There
Come
it
here.
goes, dude.
Come on yonder. That's what my grandpappy used to say. What do I think about IWM? I think it's going to be juicy in about, maybe next couple of days / week. I think trading it outside of this box is going to be money. That's what I think. Yeah, because it is kind of wild that with this sort of strategy, right, that people would focus on anything else. When you're in the beginning part of this, it's like 24-hour weekly setups have the bigger moves, typically allow you to swing into them. A lot of the times, because you're on that higher time frame, you're able to pick targets other people don't see, and that gives you an edge. And it's those. How many people have we seen inside of the Discord take 500, or even I think somebody said they had like 18 or $25 in their account and they took it to 400 or 500. But we've seen a lot of people who don't start with a lot, make $1,000, $2,000, $3,000, and it's like at that point, right, you start over again. And again, that is literally how I got here. So thanks so much for that. I'm understanding more and more, just not sure when to minimize on cost when purchasing. Minimize on cost. So inside of a range, it's typically risk on. Like I'm not applying so much risk. It's when these ranges break that I'm looking to risk is off and let's go. That's when that's when I hit these trades hard, and that's where what we're looking for. Is this bigger break of all of this fucking tension? Excuse my language, but it's true. Kava can finish that move if it can just hold over 73. It can potentially finish that move at least to 78 tomorrow. Horse food. Yeah, what people who have large amounts or decent amounts of capital can, like that doesn't apply to people who are trying to maximize their dollar. They can't show up every day, right? The more money you have, the more opportunities potentially, but it also has, again, skill, strategy, and discipline, patience. These are things that if you haven't developed them, if you don't have time in the market, you're going to be exposing all that money to fear. Hey, and if I ever go too fast, man, and I gotta make that a rule in the Discord. You can't. You're not allowed to call yourself not smart. At least not around me. But anyway, if you ever have a question, my guy, or I am going too fast, and stop me. Anybody in here will ask you or tell you. Yeah, I'll be. There's people who have gotten pissed off that I stop and explain things. Which I get it, I get it. Thoughts on BA? Yeah, so BA over the wicks of 236.13, straightforward play, 237.98 and 238.62 would be a pretty solid target there to the upside. 30-minute time frame is gonna, yep. Damn, it's always on the money, dude. Yeah, 236. 235.50 and 236 need to be broken. It's not a great opportunity. You also have a floor underneath you that if lost at 232.55, you will be seeing 230. So I love that the explanation of stuff, man. You make it that much more interesting. Helps me for sure. Let's go. Let's go. You're plenty smart. You've won join the best Discord. Yeah, hell yeah, man. Where should I post my attempts at charting? We're gonna work on that confidence. You can post them where you're typing in right now. Listen, when we do this Potterbox workshop, everybody should have their charts up, and I will more than likely be asking you to. This is an interactive workshop. All right. So if you show up, I'm showing up as well. And we're going to work. I'm going to walk again, not on the first or the second day, right? We're going to be going over some pretty simple concepts, and we have to do that for beginners. But yeah, that's something that we're going to be focusing on is I want to help refine your setups or how or where you're identifying price action, which just a little hint, it's typically always going to be in the most recent price action that you're going to be focusing on the boxes above, or obviously not the boxes below will be price action from where you came, which is still the most recent price action. So do I take a lot of weeklies? Yeah, a fair amount, but I would say with the least amount of risk. So Potter, what's up, Alejandro? Yo, real quick, I'm always curious, if you're on TikTok or YouTube, what state are you watching me from right now? This has nothing to do with anything. I just got a little tism sometimes. Let's see. Pennsylvania, Ohio, Cali, South Carolina, New York, Wisconsin, Arizona, Colorado, Texas, Illinois, Nevada, Ohio, Colorado, Florida. Drunk. That got me. North Carolina, Nevada Outbacks, Iowa. Damn, we almost taken over the whole country. Canada, Ontario. Cool. Greenland? No way.
And bro, you're worldwide, Potter.
You're about to be yeah, dude. We're gonna try and stop our president from making you a U.S. citizen. Hopefully, so there's a
I'll
little
give you the
green.
gold card. It's the best card.
We really need Greenland. I fell for the trick that the Vikings made. That Shane Gillis joke was funny. What am I doing with this Zura? Can I check Zura? 3 times up at the top on that lower time frame. Weekly cost basis or weekly box right here that you're fighting with cost basis on. 3 attempts. You better get going. This is your time to shine, and if you don't, this is where price can go to die. So you need to maintain obviously the floor of this box, but you do have 3 rejections overhead, which is typically not a great sign. Hawaii? No shit. Hawaii? Let's go. Alabama, North Korea. Sweet. I knew somebody was watching me from there. No way. Brock, are you serious? There's no way. Texas. I was bullshitting. Oh. 71 degrees here in Southern California. Get to moving. Yeah, dude, I had a real estate agent
Dude.
who is
Yep.
he's trying to sell me a house here. And I basically confirmed to him today. I was like, yeah, we're leaving. We're gonna leave.
Cali, baby.
Yep. Asheville. Israel. Hold on.
Don't get this man started, dude.
I think you should get a P.O. box outside California so you don't have to pay all them taxes.
Yeah, fuck, that's the only thing that's ass, dude.
What is the P.O.
But
boxes are expensive?
No, though, fucking, it's expensive out here, bro.
I know.
It's 71 in San Jose. You'll see, bro. When you
Oh, I
come out
know.
here.
I got a lot of homies out, and including yourself, but I got a lot of people who follow me, and I'm friends with people who live in California. Peyton has family out in Santa Clarita and Huntington Beach. My dad might be in California. I don't know where he's at, but that's where I was born, so there might be some family out there. I don't know about it. NY sucks too. I mean, dude, listen, I'd rather it be sunny. I'd rather be sunny. It be sunny and broke, or me be in the sunshine and having to pay out the ass and all my trading money's gone. But Peyton, the main reason, guys, is I'm already paying LA prices. Everything here in Savannah, we had Little Hollywood move in, and then SCAD, the College of Art and Design, right? Art is already, that if that city has an art school in it, that shit's going to get expensive. I mean, $25 for a chicken Parmesan sandwich, that's New York City, New York City shit, LA shit. And that's like regular now. I straight up could not bring myself, no matter how much money I make. I don't think I could ever pay $20 for 2 biscuits and some gravy on top. I'll make it before I do that. I don't know what's wrong with me, but like, not biscuits and gravy. It'd have to be some other crazy shit. Did I do a 23andMe? Yeah, and then it was just me. I love telling that joke. It doesn't bother me. I know it makes other people uncomfortable, but I make
You
jokes
also
about it.
going to be waking up at 5:30 in the morning.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah, I know my dad Potter, and I don't even talk to him, bro. Sometimes I don't
I mean,
even talk to my dad.
it's not like a source of. I've already gone through this my whole life. You know what I mean? Like I didn't have my dad growing up. I had a stepdad, so I already detached from it. So by the time
I
I
had my
found
dad,
out,
but it was bad when my dad. Was
when
bad,
I got my 23andMe and my dad, again, who I thought was my dad, realized that he wasn't my dad, and we all both realized it. It was like, I mean, it did fuck me up a little bit, I think over the couple of months that afterwards, because life also was not, COVID and stuff had hit, I think was hitting. But yeah, dude, I mean, I had to keep it pushing as a 15-year-old, knowing all the things basically, like, that I know now, save for the guy who I thought was my dad just absolutely wasn't. So, but yeah, sorry. I haven't seen my dad since, well, yeah. I mean, again, it's just, I think a lot of people make jokes and laugh about that kind of stuff at some point because it's just, you move on. That's such a crazy 23andMe story. You should leave a testimonial. Yeah, actually, I think I will. I might leave a testimony. How do you do that? How do I rate 23andMe's? I should do it on Amazon. All right. Immunity bio shares are on fire. What is that ticker? IBRX, that's right. Oh yeah, getting a little squeeze. I would say 1275, pretty big. Imagine I was on the commercial. How was the mouth drilling? I didn't get any drilling in my mouth. I got to clean up. And then I have to fix some blemishes on the front of my teeth. Because you can't put a grill over teeth that have blemishes. Because after some of these lives and the things that people say to me, I want to choke it myself. Oh.
What the fuck?
Man. I built this home. You know what I mean? I built this.
Brick by brick.
Brick by brick.
Soundboard by soundboard.
Soundboard by soundboard, that's right. Yeah, I saw that those were $700. It was expensive, so. Have I looked at DHT? No. If it's moving like this, it's too late. You're gone. Move on. Find the next one. Yeah, I have no idea. And if it's at all-time highs, I have no edge there. So sorry, but I wasn't trying to be weird. Oh no, you're not being weird, dude. That stuff doesn't bother me at all. I maybe there's something wrong with me. I don't get. I don't. Yeah, the awkwardness. I don't really feel that or weird. It doesn't bother me when I talk about that stuff. So, anybody swing spy puts? We got a little something something. How's KDP? I'd like somebody to shake my can up a little bit more, but it's doing pretty well. 3150 tomorrow. 3210 should be next if we can stay where we're at. All right. Really quickly before I take off, again, March 1st is the workshop. Also, I will never DM you on TikTok or in the Discord, free Discord, about some copy trading or tell you to block messages or anything like that. So please be hyper vigilant. There are lurkers about. But other than that, I'll see you guys tomorrow morning. And again, if you're new, be patient. Okay, keep that money on the sideline and know that that bigger move, I'm trying to convince you, but the bigger move is coming. So, do I teach the same stuff each workshop? I mean, I might go more in depth on something than I did before. It's a interactive workshop. So, yeah, I mean, I'm going to get different questions, I'm assuming, this time around than I did last time. So, yeah, go to my website, Potterbox or Potterstocks, potterstockstrading.com, and it's the workshop.
Damn, we do got a lot of new people in here, huh?
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah.
We the last OGs.
Yeah, we got a handful of Rusty Rod refugees that are coming in, taking refuge here.
Nice. Hey,
Yep.
you gotta do Potter. I wish you were on last night, bro.
I saw your message way too late, man.
Fucking dude. Oh, dude. It was
know.
like, please, Potter. I wanted you to go on there and dude, as soon as like everybody started spamming it, dude, I was like, ask him about Potter sauce. He kept I kept spamming it. I got a couple of guys from the Discord on there. I was like, bro, we kept
Oh,
spamming it. The motherfucker, bro, he's like, oh, I already know what you're gonna ask me. He's like, and he kind of started laughing a little bit. He's like, no, you know what? If you ask that question, I'm gonna get off. And he asked it. He's like, what do you think about Potter stocks? That motherfucker click.
no, let's go, dude. I
Bro,
see. I don't even need to show up, bro.
Dude, bro,
That's
I was
fucking
trying
amazing.
to record that shit on my fucking on my freaking iPad, bro. But it was too late, bro. I was like, I wanted to send that shit, dude. If I would have got that, bro, I was like, Potter would have made the fucking dopest video with that shit.
Dude, that's damn, dude. I don't even have to be there.
Dude, but he has people going like request, dude. Go on when he goes live, bro. I'm gonna send it to you because he asks people like, and you should teach that kid, bro, because he's trying, and he's a good kid, Potter. He's not one of those kids that's trying to sell bullshit. Like he's not a bad kid, dude. My brother-in-law used to follow him, so he started following him when he
Who
first
is it?
started.
Who is it?
That kid Eddie, the kid Eddie that you talked about, that seems like he's like the only good one. You posted a video on it on TikTok. You're like, all these
Oh
other
yeah,
motherfuckers suck.
yeah.
But this kid Eddie, he seems like he's trying to learn. Like he's not trying to sell, bullshit. It's that
No,
kid.
I mean,
He went on
yeah, I like
he
that.
went on his live. Yeah, he went on his live. That's where Alex was trying to like give him fucking strategy. And I was like, bro, this motherfucker, I was asking him to show you a payout. And we just kept roasting him. I was like, hey, ask him about Potter stocks.
Yeah.
Everybody started asking him, bro. The minute that motherfucker like, oh, if you ask me that question, he's like, what do you think about Potter stocks? Click.
That's amazing, dude.
Bro, dude.
That's amazing.
Peter was on there. There was a couple of guys that were on the that were spamming it. It was pretty
Yeah.
fucking funny.
Yeah, I've watched Eddie a couple of times. I'm always cool with people who are like, I'm trying to figure this shit out. Do you want to watch? And if you're trying to make money off affiliates while you do that, fuck yeah, dude. That's a great idea. You know what I mean? Like straight up, that's a great idea. Anybody in here, if you're looking to make, extra cash, as long as you're honest with people,
Yeah.
I respect the fuck out of that. So, good on him for not taking the fast route. That shows character. So,
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
still
dude.
you still mess around with Alex Futures or whatever that fucker's name is?
That's the
yeah,
guy who
that's who he's talking
about.
about. Yeah,
That's
that's who.
what I'm
That's who he's talking
about.
about?
Yeah, so me and PD messaged me yesterday. He's like, yo, Eddie's on with Alex Trades. I was like, shut the fuck up. He's like, yeah, he's live with them. So I fucking jumped on, bro. And I messaged I think it was Juanito. Yeah, it was Juanito.
Yeah.
Juanito hopped on, bro. We just started spamming the fuck out of his fucking Eddie's live and like, ask about Potter. He finally did, bro. That motherfucker, dude. Bro, you guys had to be there, bro. That shit was priceless, dude. That motherfucker.
I think like a day or two ago, I was just scrolling and his live popped up and he's like, yeah, man, I make sure everyone in my Discord is green before I hop off. I was like, how do you exactly do that? Like, how do you make sure everyone in your Discord is green? What if you're red?
Yeah.
He had like no fucking answer.
He'll just block you.
Sweet baby Jesus. Dude.
Yeah.
Hi. All right, hold on. I'll tell you guys what I said to him in his DMs. I feel like I might regret this.
Fuck him, dude.
Dude,
Fuck that guy.
I rage baited him
he's
on
a-
Instagram.
That dude, bro, is a piece of shit, bro. Like, straight
I know.
up. He's a piece of shit, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I messaged him and I said, "What's up, beady-eyed clown?" I was like, "Curious, do you have fetal alcohol syndrome?" I'm sorry. I couldn't help myself, dude. And dude, he sent me the longest, like he was like going off. I got at least 100 clown emojis. I was like, damn, dude, I got you heated right now. It was amazing.
Got him.
Got him. Oh man, they got me. TikTok got me. Harassment and bullying. All right, I'm guilty, TikTok. You got me.
Oh my god.
You got me.
Fuck
Hands behind my
TikTok.
back, dude. I'm sorry.
Relax.
Can you verbally assault me?
Hey, calm down, golf man. Dude, this guy, golf man, he's a masochist. It's not our fault. Just saw my balls. I have no idea, John Doe. I have no idea. Yeah, sometimes you just got to accept the bans for what it is. You know what I mean? Sometimes they're right. Ivy, how you feeling better? You feeling better? Alex told me that you should be discharged tomorrow. I couldn't look at that photo, that video of you with the blood bag.
Yo,
And see that shit.
what
happened to Ivy?
What happened to her? What happened? Is she like? Did she get sick or something?
I don't want to, Ivy. I don't want to tell everybody, but
no, no.
she's.
Oh, no, I hope she's doing good, bro. I hope she's doing all right.
She's got some. She needed like a blood transfusion and stuff like that, and so she's needing to rest and recover right now. So.
Damn. Well, hoping for a speedy recovery for you, Ivy.
Yeah, for real, Ivy.
I'm feeling better. My arms are sore from injections. Yeah, dude, I bet. All right, let's see here.
All right, fellas, you guys have a good rest of your evening.
Yeah, you too, man.
I'll see you guys maybe a little bit later if you're on. If not, then I'll see you guys in the morning.
All right, brother. I'll
Trade
see you
some
in the
futures
morning.
later, Junior.
Yeah, hit me up, Neil. For
yeah,
sure.
I got you.
All right, bro.
Hey,
Okay.
you guys,
Peace.
that's crazy. They don't even hit me up. You hear that?
Dude, every time we call, you don't even answer. Relax, bro.
What are you talking about?
Every time, dude.
You haven't
Every
called
time
me.
we message you, bro, I'll call you on the Discord to see if you answer. Watch, you won't even answer it.
Call me right now. I'll bet you I will.
Why would we call you? We're on a call with you right now.
Also, nice seeing you all. Thanks, Bobby. Dude, Bobby,
hey.
I meant to text you the other day, man.
He's jelly. He said you won't come.
What'd you say? KDP is good, man, as far as I'm concerned. Yeah. I mean, it might pull back and retest, but so far a 30-41 would be a retest level there. He won't text back either, don't worry. Yeah. That's my fault, dude. I'm terrible. I listen, I actually really don't use my phone a lot. Like I really don't. I leave it like I'll leave it in the crack of a couch for like 6 hours and then be like, "Oh, where's my phone?" It's like so I'm not even gonna lie. I'm terrible at texting back. It doesn't mean I don't love you though. I'm just.
Yeah, it does.
No, it does. I still love you. I still love you. But I also got a little tism. I get real zoomed into whatever it is I'm doing. Yo, Ivy said I agree with you, Bobby. Oh God. See, even my own assistant. But Ivy has permission to spam my DMs, and she has my phone number, and she has access to this calendar on my wall. So, she really needs
And your
to
credit cards.
And she does have access to some of my credit cards, yes. Oh, damn.
Can I get your credit card number?
Yeah, no problem, dude. All right, guys. We'll see you guys tomorrow. I hope you guys had a good day. Remember, a lot of people are going to get their fucking ass kicked in these ranges on all of these ETFs. They're going to get their ass kicked, ground up, mortar and pestle, turned into guacamole. So,
avocados from Mexico.
Yo, Bobby, don't you dare ask Ivy if you can schedule a call with me. That's crazy. Manny, do I text back really well?
I don't even know I'm here.
Because I know everything. Come on now.
He doesn't.
I don't text back. I'm really bad. You know what I need? I need like one of those little orbs that floats around with an LCD screen on it. That's not a real thing. But like that way when people call, it would just pop up. And then I could be like Jarvis or something. I don't know. Oh,
You're in the metaverse?
Yes, RW Healthy Kitchen, yes. Yeah, if you join this workshop, that has not ended. If you get the workshop, you get 2 months. So if you get the workshop that has no months, you still get 2 months. It makes sense. Don't think about it. All right, guys. I'll see you guys tomorrow, okay? Have a good night. Manny, where are you going?
Butter. How we going?
Call me.
Okay, I'll call you now. Love you. Bye.
Okay. Oh, that's too soon. I'm scared. I'm scared. All right, bye. All right, guys. Peace out. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow.